everybody. Roseburg football is on the air. It's a brand new year, a new era, and a new coach. Tune in Friday nights all season long as the Roseburg Indians take to the gridiron for some hard-hitting high school football action in year number 1 under head coach Matt Watson. Live video broadcast today sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. Audio also available on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Now let's head to the field. Here's Joey Kieran and Knight Ureski.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. There's been some dark clouds that have rolled in overhead, and it feels like we're at 9 o'clock at night here, but there is some sun on the horizon as the clouds have broken and the sun is setting here on this beautiful Friday night in the Umpqua Basin as we get ready for high school football here on the Score. It's great to have you with us here. Sorry about some technical issues there during the Friday night pregame show. That was not ideal. Unfortunately, had some issues there, but hey, we're into the live action now, and this should hopefully go a little bit smoother. Don't jinx myself here. Knock on wood here on this Friday night. Along with Knight Ureski, I'm Joey Kieran here getting ready to bring you Roseburg football on this Friday night. It's senior night. It's homecoming. The skies had opened up for a little bit of drizzle, rain at some points there, but it looks like things have started to let up just a little bit, and we're hoping that those cloudless skies off in the distance will make their way over Finlay Field for a nice night here. We were just thinking this seems like the first time that we've had rain on a Friday night for this high school football season.
It rained a little bit at South Eugene last week. Just a little bit of rain.
That is stretching the term little in that case. Never once did it rain during that game either, but it may not rain tonight during the game in this one.
Hey,
the players
it never rains at Finlay Field.
the players might have gotten a little bit of a nice little cover of rain, and now they will get a chance to work themselves through it. We're going to have a bit of an extended Roseburg Disposal pregame show for you here tonight as they are announcing the 21 seniors that this Roseburg Indian squad will be celebrating here tonight. So as they're doing that, we will let them continue to do that. We will acknowledge the seniors tonight as well. We'll get through that. We'll run through all of the seniors for Roseburg that are getting honored here in the pregame show. This is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. We got an interview coming up with head coach Matt Watson here in just a couple of minutes. That is presented by Evergreen Family Medicine. Appreciate their sponsorship. Expect more with Evergreen. They are serving the communities of Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Always expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine. Tonight's live video coverage is presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. You can find us streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. You can search 1490 The Score on YouTube to find our video stream there and follow along with the action with us here tonight. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and that'll make sure that you get notifications when we go live with another broadcast here on The Score. Knight, looking at this one, Roseburg comes in on paper. You would think this is a game that Roseburg should feel confident going into, that they can come away with a win. But every given Friday night, you got to bring your A game. You got to bring it, and you can't just walk through a contest in this league. We went from a very competitive Southwest Conference to now a very competitive Midwestern League. And Eagle Point tonight is a team that's got talent on their side. Maybe not a ton of depth, but they've got talent. And if you let them get away, you might find yourself trying to climb back in this ball game.
Coach Watson talked a little bit about how this team is very disciplined. This is a team that is very well coached, and it seems like Eagle Point's dealing with some injuries, and that certainly deflates some of the depth that they have on their team. But this is, again, a very disciplined team, and it's a very well-coached team, and so Roseburg's going to have to bring Roseburg football. This is a team, Roseburg, if they limit their mistakes, they're going to do just fine. We saw it against North Eugene where they got themselves in a hole down 21-0 because they were shooting themselves in the foot and having a lot of turnovers, a lot of self-inflicted wounds. And if Roseburg has self-inflicted wounds today, maybe this doesn't go their way. This is a game where they just have to play their own brand of football, and if they do their job and they execute their game plan, they're going to succeed in this one.
We'll break down more of the matchup as we continue on here tonight. It's senior night. It's homecoming. We got a lot of festivities to get to here throughout this one. But when we come back, it's our pregame interview with head coach Matt Watson. It's the Evergreen Family Medicine pregame interview here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We'll take a quick 2-minute timeout. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, the rains are starting to come down a bit once again here at Finlay Field, where we just got done celebrating the 21 seniors that are on this year's team, along with the senior class from the Roseburg Cheerleading Club. The Roseburg High School marching band out there on the field. Usually on senior night for the football game, they'll put balloons on the Roseburg High School marching senior members of the ensemble. They're playing the fight song for us out there right now, and the Roseburg, they may do that for their halftime performance, which, stay tuned for halftime. You don't want to miss the Roseburg marching band at halftime. The football game's great.
Award-winning marching band.
The band is just as good as the entertainment during the rest of the game, and looking forward to seeing that again here tonight. We're just about to get ready to go here. I think our national anthem is going to be coming up in just a few moments. The team is getting ready to run out on the field as they got done with their senior festivities. Here they come, the Roseburg Indians. Roseburg coming into tonight. The Indians are now 3-4 on the season. They're 2-4 in league play. On the other side, Eagle Point 1-6, 1-5 in league games. Second to last game of the regular season. Roseburg hoping that maybe their power ranking will bump up enough. It's going to be a long shot, but all you can do is win the games on your schedule and see if that's good enough to get you into the postseason at this point in time. We'll get ready for our final 2-minute break here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and when we come back, we will take a look more at the matchup. We'll talk about it. I think we're going to have a few minutes to kill here, but we'll get into it and get you ready to go for tonight's contest. Before we go ahead and take that final break, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for a station identification. This is Roseburg football here on The Score. Back after this 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. We've gotten a little bit of precipitation here tonight, but as they go out for the coin toss, we are looking at a comfortable night so far. Down on the field might be a little bit cooler than it is up here in the booth where it tends to stay a little bit warm, but we are looking at 61 degrees in Roseburg. We'll see if the rains hold off the rest of the way. Along with Knight Ureski, I'm Joey Kieran. Happy to be with you here for tonight's broadcast of Roseburg football. Remember, you can find our live video stream online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. It's presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and follow along with us here tonight. The teams are out there for the coin toss here tonight. We've talked about it a little bit, but for Roseburg, I think it's just going out, playing your game plan, not worrying too much about the other side. Just try to do what the defense gives you. Try to find ways to be able to play your game and play mistake-free here tonight.
No doubt, and you know, it's an emotional day. It's senior night, the last time that 21 seniors are going to be playing here at Finlay Field. But you can't get wrapped up in the emotions. This is a game that you need to win and try to get back to 500 and give yourself a chance next week to win and potentially get into the postseason. You just got to play mistake-free football. This is Roseburg versus Roseburg at this point. Yes, Eagle Point is a very disciplined team, but if Roseburg plays their game, they're going to win this game.
Roseburg will receive the opening kick, which means their offense will be coming out in the field here momentarily. Taking a look at our Southern Septic Service pregame starting lineups for tonight's matchup, brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran owned, and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Corey Kimball, not a senior, junior for this Roseburg club. He's been out there doing well. He has run for 9 touchdowns, 417 yards on the ground, but he's also now thrown for over 500 at 577 yards, completing 64% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, coming off of a big game last week where he threw for 151. Senior Tyler Reitman expected to be featured in the backfield along with other seniors Landon Simpson and Carson Uragwin. Together, this team is averaging 214 yards on the ground. Up front for Roseburg on the offensive line, George Gibby at center, a junior. Brayson Parker and Dakota James were at guard position. I think we're going to get Jack Bana and A.J. Baker back up on that line as well. Senior Carson Tyler out there, and we'll figure out exactly who all's where. I know Caden Luther had been at a tackle position. He's moving back to a tight end position. We'll get a look at everything here coming up as the opening kick is about to get underway. 12 minutes up on the board. The right-footed kick is going to be a low line drive toe kick down to about the 16-yard line. Return up the numbers for Burke. He cuts to the hash marks, makes a couple of guys miss, and will dive across the 30-yard line. Roseburg will have the football to start out this one here tonight. And the Indians offense coming out to start at their own 31-yard line. Wide receiver targets, Caden Austin, the senior, having a huge season. Total yardage on the year, he is over 660 yards. Total offense, 6 touchdowns combined between receiving and rushing. He is having a great senior season, along with junior McLean Stedman. And Dane St. Clair coming off of his longest catch of the season last week. Only had one, but he made it count. It was 35 yards last week. Getting ready to go. They are going to run that option over the left side. It's Tyler Reitman. Gets the handoff from Corey Kimball. Reitman, the senior, goes over the left side, dives to the 34-yard line, picking up 3.
Tyler Reitman, he's a guy that is just giving his all to this program. You can see it play in, play out. A stud linebacker, and has really made an impact as a running back towards the second half of the season.
We'll take a look at the bios on all of the seniors for this year's club coming up here throughout tonight's broadcast. They'll go on the dive over the left side once again. Kimball giving the senior, Tyler Reitman, a heavy load here early on. And Reitman, if there's anybody that can handle a lot of handoffs and grinding out yardage, Tyler Reitman's that kind of guy. He takes it out to the 38, picking up 4 to make it 3rd down and short.
I mean, that's what he does. He lowers the shoulder, drives the legs, and drags defenders with him, and now he sets it up for a 3rd and manageable here.
3rd down. Need to pick up 3. 2 targets spread to the right side. The slot backs to either side of the line. Going to pitch it, running right side. Carrying all the way to the edge. Nope, Laundry on the field. That's a 1st down carry for Dre Burwell. And Burwell, the junior, has done most of his damage on the ground, plays at one of those slot positions, but they use him as a running back. Could be one of the running backs of the future for this Roseburg team, with a lot of seniors back there that will be graduating. Burwell carries out to the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 12.
Really good carry and really good blocking on the edge by Roseburg, using the pitch play and getting Burwell into space, and he's able to pick up 12.
Roseburg already has used up 1 minute and 20 seconds off the game clock on this opening drive. They've got 1st and 10 clock stopped with the ball out of bounds. Austin moves in motion. Give it to Reitman over the left side, and he just makes his way through that front line for Eagle Point. Another run. It's been all runs so far for the Indians, down to the 43-yard line, a pickup of 7.
It's been runs, and they've all been past the line of scrimmage. They're driving the ball down the field. Reitman right there just shows his dog mentality, able to lower the shoulder, drive, and run over a defender to get the extra yardage.
Running into the front line of senior Kai Peters, junior Caden Anthony, and senior Brian Cortez. That 3-man front, but they bring in some extra help on the edges. Pitching it left side. This time it's Austin on the toss. The senior tucks his shoulder down and will get to the 40. He'll pick up the necessary 3 yards for the 1st down. Here on the near side, the official waving his arms. I'm not sure if there was a timeout called.
He was just trying to alert the referee that the ball should be placed at the 39-yard line to give him an extra yard. The far official had it at the 40. The near side official had it at the 41 or 39.
Either way would have been good enough for the 1st down. They take it to the 39. That would be a pickup of 4 on the carry for Caden Austin. Kimball goes under center. Tight formation here on the left hash mark. In motion goes Burwell. They go, it's a keeper here. Pitch late by Kimball. Out to Burwell. Gets to the 30. He will jump Superman down to the 25. Had a defender on his ankles, went diving forward, but there is a penalty flag from the backside of the formation, opposite direction of the play.
And oftentimes when it's on that side of the field, you got to think maybe a legal formation.
I just caught the replay because the live or the video stream on YouTube was a little bit behind us. There was a blocker over there, and I didn't see who it was, but there were 2 players for either side tangled up going back and forth. maybe a little bit of extra, a little too much between two blockers on that side, but I'm not sure who this would go against. And it's going to be called holding, and it's really unfortunate because it had nothing to do with the play. But the penalty is going to back this one up for Roseburg. We'll spot the ball all the way back to the 49-yard line.
This is one of those mistakes that you just it sucks. I mean, you run the triple option, you can't have many penalties, especially on first down. Now it's 1st and 20.
And Corey Kimball's been good at that hard count. And to do a hard count, you've got to have a disciplined front line, and Roseburg has typically been pretty good at that. It's going to be against the defense. The hard count gets Eagle Point to jump on the front line.
It's been remarkable how many times they've been able to pull that off this season.
It really has. They've done it very well, and that just requires a lot of discipline from that front line and everybody else on the offense. The ball to the 44 after the penalty. Looking to pass, Kimball is going to roll to his right. Man on him, throws, and caught by Caden Austin. It's going to be for a short gain, but the fact that he got back to that football and that Kimball was able to get it out there on the run with a guy just about to hit him, he's able to get it out to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 6 on the pass completion.
That was incredible. That might have been the best throw that Corey Kimball's had all season. I know that he's dropped some in the bucket a few times, but that one out on the run with pressure in his face, that was a really, really good throw from the junior.
Reitman is the lone back in the backfield. They're going to toss it to Austin going left side. Tried to use his speed, found a seam. Oh, he slips a tackle. He's at the 30, spun out of it, and he races down the far sideline. The defenders were there for Eagle Point, but Caden Austin able to find a couple of seams and then slipped out of one and stays on his feet and moves the chains.
And that's just the dynamic ability that Caden Austin has, where he's able to use his speed and burst up field. And even with that quick speed, it's hard for defenders to bring him down because he's just so quick. He gets out of their tackles so quickly.
Picks up 17 on the carry. There's a little bit of a drizzle still coming down tonight here in Roseburg. Sun pretty much set on us here tonight over the Callahans to the west. Kimball under center on first down. Gives it to Reitman, who will just muscle his way inside the red zone down to the 18.
It's just been a really impressive opening drive, draining a lot of clock. You got backed up with the penalty, but you're able to use a couple of plays, a penalty and explosive play to get the first down. And you continue to drain the clock and just control the game.
Some of the other players out there for this Eagle Point defense, Peyton Smith, a senior at a linebacker spot. Also, Jackson Young, he's kind of playing up on the line as a bit of a defensive end on the outside. They go with a 4-man front instead of the 3-man we saw last week from Eagle Point. And it's a keeper. Pitch it late with a man on him. And a big fake by Burwell. Another one. Penalty flag out, though, and it's going to be, looks in the area of holding. Out there in front, it was Dane St. Clair trying to lead the way, and he might have just grabbed a little bit too much of the jersey.
Man, Dre Burwell broke a kid's ankles. Oh, my goodness.
Going to have to retie his shoes on that one. The ball was spotted down to the 10-yard line, which would have been good for a pickup of 8. But the officials are going to get together to discuss this one. 7:29 to go here in this opening quarter. It's been all Roseburg so far. A couple of penalties has made them have to do this drive somewhat over again. But they've marched into the red zone. They were facing 2nd and 8. It is a hold against Roseburg, so this penalty is going to negate that run to the 10-yard line, and it is going to bring the football back.
Negates the gain on the field, but not in my heart. I mean, that was an incredible move.
And it's actually from the spot of the foul, so Roseburg does get credit down to the 10-yard line where they say the penalty happened, and then they back them up from there, so it's not nearly as significant of a penalty. As Roseburg will be backed up to the 20-yard line, and it's basically 1st down and 10 again. Actually, no, well, actually, they must have given them a 1st down. They must have credited them the run. So, Burwell's going to get 8 yards to the 10, and then it's at the end of the run. I'm confused. Looking to pass is Kimball. He'll roll out to his right. Throws downfield inside the 10. Caught, taken out of bounds. It's Dre Burwell again. He'll go out at the 7-yard line.
mean, another rollout play with Kimball throwing it down the field. Another impressive throw from the junior. Really haven't seen that a ton this year. When he's thrown the ball, it's been in the pocket. That time, once again, on the run.
So after a little bit of uncertainty there on that penalty, Roseburg wipes away any sort of concerns about that and quickly moves inside the 10-yard line. They've got first and goal from the 7. St. Clair spread to the right side. You've got Irvin spread to the left side. Austin moves in motion. Handoff up the middle. Right into the end zone goes Tyler Reitman for the score. Touchdown, Roseburg.
I mean, only fitting that the senior gets into the end zone to start the senior night. Impressive drive for Tyler Reitman. Carried the ball 5 times, 23 yards. That time for 7 up the middle as he's able to burst through into the end zone for the game's opening touchdown.
So Tyler Reitman will give the Roseburg Indians a 6-0 lead on what is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. And now out to kick the extra point is Jacob Michael, the right-footed senior. Boots that one. No good. Wide right. Dang, it looked good from here as I followed it by, but underneath they say no good, so it'll stay 6-0. Michael had been making them pretty good. 21 of 23 coming into tonight. Misses that one there. 6-0 our score with 7:09 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Well, that was a lengthy drive, 4 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock. Roseburg goes 69 yards for the touchdown drive. They ended up taking 11 plays to get there. 7-yard run by Tyler Reitman, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. The kick was no good. It's 6-0, Roseburg in front. Michael will kick this one away down to the R in Roseburg. That'd be the 2nd R, and out of the back of the end zone. I thought it was going to hit about the 2 where Peyton Smith, the return man for Eagle Point, was set up. Taking a look at your Southern Septic Service starting lineup for this Eagle Point offense. Out for the first time here tonight, Mason DeVry, the junior quarterback, will lead them out. He'll have Peyton Smith, the senior running back who has been electric this season, averaging 103.3 yards per game. We might see some of the sophomore Thomas Whipple up along the front line. Might have a couple of changes here. These were starters last week, but Logan Brown, Brian Cortez, Adrian Asker, Caden Anthony, Kai Peters, and then we'll expect to see some of Skylar Triber, Pierce Brown, Griffin Womack, and Julius Smith out of the backfield as well. They run a run-heavy offense. Smith will motion out of the backfield. DeVry going to pass quick out into the flats for the running back. And I say they run a run-heavy offense, and they come out and pass on the first down play. Peyton Smith, though, is the guy to watch in this offense.
I mean, it's kind of a run-pass play because they're running a screen, but they're able to move the ball down the field. Simple, quick pass just to get DeVry in system.
The play goes out to the 28, a pickup of 8 for Peyton Smith. Last week, 20 carries, 110 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns total. He had a 25-yard rushing touchdown, a 71-yard receiving touchdown, and a 76-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. He missed most of the fourth quarter, too. They give it to him here, and he'll run over the right side. And look, we talked about Roseburg is up against a team that has some athletic talent out there. Don't let their record fool you. This Eagle Point team, Peyton Smith in particular, they've got offense out there that can move the ball, and Roseburg's going to have to play tough on defense.
I mean, he's the stud. We saw that Roseburg had some trouble with Seville Posse a little bit earlier in the year. Dynamic running back over at Churchill, and I'm not saying that Peyton Smith has the talent that Seville Posse has, but I'm saying that what Peyton Smith's done so far this season for Eagle Point is kind of what Seville Posse's done, where he's really taken the load of the offense and driven the ball down the field. He's been that bell cow, and Roseburg's going to have to try to stop him tonight.
They'll get the first down on what was an 8-yard carry there by Smith. 1st and 10 from the 36. They spread out trips to the left side. Play clock starting to run down. In shotgun for DeVry with a man to his left. He's going to roll to his left, tucks it in. Actually, this is Whipple out of the backfield, out of a Wildcat, and he was racing down the sideline, and a big smack by Tyler Reitman sending Whipple into the sideline. He gets up quickly back out onto the field. He took a licking on the near sideline there.
My goodness, just absolutely drilled him, got back up and, kind of showed the muscles a little bit, celebrating with the team. I mean, you can just tell he's come here to play on senior night.
That is a 7-yard carry, though. Whipple, a nice job out of that Wildcat formation, carrying all the way to the near side. He is the sophomore back. He spent most of the time as the running back in the fourth quarter last week in a 28-21 loss against Springfield for Eagle Point when they were without Peyton Smith. He was on the sideline. Looked like he was willing to maybe get back out there, but they held him out. They probably could have used him in a tight ball game there. And some confusion, misplay in the backfield. Smith stays in to block, but DeVry running for his life, hucks it downfield. He'll get it to the sticks in the sideline. It'll be incomplete for 2nd down and 3. I think they were trying to set up a bit of a screen there. It looked like Smith was going to set up to block and then leak out. And the confusion in the backfield and the collision kind of derailed everything there.
Yeah, it looked like maybe just a fake handoff, and it just was out of sync. That was just what it was. And so it was a play where DeVry did the right thing, got outside the pocket and was able to throw it out and avoid the intentional grounding. Make it 3rd and manageable. Couldn't take a loss.
The ball is at the 43-yard line. They've got to get it to the 46. Ball on the left hash mark. 3 backs in the backfield with DeVry. Turn, hands it to Smith. A lot of blockers, but not letting him get by is Brayson Parker. Parker, the senior, last week 3 tackles, a tackle for loss. He has been having a huge season up on that defensive front. He stops that run by Smith for a gain of just 1.
I mean, that's what Brayson Parker does. I think that he's been the most impressive defensive lineman so far this season. And it seemed like everybody was on the line of scrimmage on the offensive line for Eagle Point. All of a sudden, one black jersey gets free, and of course it's Brayson Parker to bring him down.
Looks like they're leaving the offense out there. Handed off. Smith made one man miss, but he gets tackled before he gets across the 45 on 4th down and 2. It's a turnover on downs for Eagle Point. Their run comes up 1 yard shy.
Right again, Tyler Reitman in the middle of that play, the linebacker making sure that he doesn't get past the 40-yard line to the 41, and the Roseburg defense comes up big and puts the offense back on the field just under 5 minutes, and you got great field position now. Heck of a start for this team here on senior night and homecoming.
They'll start at the Eagle Point 45 as the offense back on the field for a 2nd time tonight. Some new bodies, it looks like, out on the field for Eagle Point, and they're going to run in another guy out there as well as they try to stay fresh on the defensive line, knowing they're going to get a lot of running from Roseburg. Pulled out the handoff, pitch it left side. Austin gets it. He's got a couple of guys to try and shake. He won't be able to, but he does carry to the 20-yard line. They faked the dive to Landon Simpson. Kimball pitches to Austin, and he takes it to the 20, a pickup of 25.
And that's what Caden Austin does. He uses space and his speed to move the ball down the field. He's about a defender away from taking it to the house. A really good play on the end by Eagle Point. But, again, Caden Austin with another huge pickup. His last 2 have gone for a combined 42 yards.
1st down and 10 from the left hash marks. At the 20-yard line under center, Kimball with a man behind him. That's Simpson. Go on the out route to the far side. That's Irvin. He sheds one tackler, takes another contact at the 5, stretches to the goal line, and he comes up just shy. A gritty effort there from Byron Irvin. Did a nice job to lose a couple of defenders and found his way to the 1-yard line, setting up 1st and goal for Roseburg.
Nice little hitch and spin right there from Irving, and then able to drive the defender with him, dragging him all the way close to the goal line, just a yard short.
I believe the first catch of the year for Byron Irvin. And it goes for 19. They set up 1st down and goal from the 1. Simpson is the back behind Kimball. Give it to the back, and Landon Simpson will take it in from 1 yard out. Touchdown, Roseburg.
How about that? You get the stop defensively. go down the field in 3 plays and able to score a touchdown.
Landon Simpson will get his first rushing touchdown of the season. And the Indians will grab the lead. Or well, actually, they had the lead, but they make it a 2-score lead here as we get ready for the 2-point conversion. There'll be Simpson in the backfield. Give it to him, and he's got the octopus. The touchdown and the 2-point try for Landon Simpson. And Roseburg's on top, 14-0. The Roseburg Indians in front of Eagle Point with 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. We'll come back after this 30-second timeout. Roseburg football in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Well, Roseburg taking a 2-score lead and ahead of Eagle Point by a margin of 14-0. Kickoff coming away. Want to say thanks again to Southern Septic Service, our pregame starting lineup sponsors. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. They're going to go with an onside kick attempt here. Came aggressive. Up short. Well, I mean, it would have been to the 10. It was picked up right about the 50. The return man for Eagle Point that jumped on it is Corbin Farquhar. And he'll have it at the Roseburg 49-yard line. Aggressive here. Already up by 2 scores in the first quarter. And Roseburg elects to try and pull off the onside kick. And it almost felt like it was a pretty good kick by Michael, but just nobody was quite in the right position.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an odd play right there, especially up 14-0. But maybe you're getting a little aggressive just based on what you saw from your defense on that opening drive defensively.
Here comes the offense for Eagle Point. They'll have DeVry in shotgun with a man to his right. That was Julius Smith trying to take off and run. No, excuse me, that is Smith who got the handoff. Delayed handoff goes over the left side for about 2 yards.
It's like they might just even give him just 1 yard on that one. It feels like Coach Watson said, they're very disciplined. They're getting their players to the right spots, but Roseburg at the same time, they're putting their players at the right spot. It feels like good play design. Just all of a sudden, it feels like just one black jersey comes in the face of an Eagle player and brings them down.
DeVry will talk to the huddle here as they break and head to the line. The center, Adrian Asker, will hover over the football. Out to the right side of the field goes Triber and Brown. You've got Smith to the right of DeVry. He'll motion Smith out of the backfield. That is 2 Smiths back there. Going to pass down the far side. Racing to the football. Unable to get there in coverage. Dane St. Clair was there step for step with Skylar Triber, the sophomore. Looking at this Eagle Point offense, they are young out there. There is a lot of juniors and sophomores that are getting heavy minutes for this Eagle Point's offense this year.
Yeah, and this might be one of those years where you look at the record and sure they're 1-6 overall in the season, but this is also a very beneficial year for this team to gain a lot of experience and build for the next coming years. It feels like you said, like a lot of sophomores and juniors, and they're setting themselves up well for next season and the year after that.
Up to the line come the Eagles. It's Julius Smith to the right of DeVry and Peyton Smith in the backfield. And the defense jumps on the hard count.
Eagle Point giving Roseburg a little bit of a taste of their own medicine.
Well, and Roseburg feeling good with a 14-0 lead. They've been moving the ball pretty well, but maybe a little bit too good and not sticking to the discipline. Oh,
Oh.
Wait 1 second. They're going to call the penalty against Eagle Point. Moving back 5 yards.
And you never know with some of those, with the defensive line jumping. It could be the center fake snapping it, maybe a little bit of a head nod. You just don't really know, especially at the high school level where the referees aren't in communication with you and can't tell you exactly who's the foul on. But that's a tough one for Eagle Point now, backed up 3rd and 14. And that's why Roseburg kind of allowed themselves to kick that onside kick, because they knew they could have a good shot defensively to get off the field here, 3rd and 14.
Got to get the ball to the Roseburg 39 from their own 47. DeVry rolling to his right. Some blockers staying in. Going to throw it downfield. That ball comes up short. Picked off by Dane St. Clair at the 26. He returns it a couple of yards, but the senior will get the pick. And a takeaway by the Indians. And then there's some pushing and shoving at the end of the play out near the line of scrimmage. The defense that had gotten right in there on DeVry, who launched that one as pressure was coming in. Maybe some extracurriculars. Yeah. Kind of hard to see him watching the replay. There was a player that kind of took a big hit, and then a Roseburg player stood over him, and that brought in more of the Eagle Point guys coming in to defend their guy on the ground.
There's a flag on the far side of the field, an official without his cap on.
I think this could be an unsportsmanlike on both sides. There was a reaction from Eagle Point after Roseburg had a play that probably was one they needed to not do. We're going to get unsportsmanlike penalties. They're going to have the penalties offset, but does it negate the interception?
I don't think it should, because
I wouldn't think so either.
Happened after the interception.
I wouldn't think so either. The ball's back at the 29-yard line, where Roseburg's Dane St. Clair got the pick in a short return. Officials discussing to make sure they get the call right. And I think it's going to stand as we expected. Interception is going to stand, and Roseburg will get the football. Almost serves, it was 3rd down, so they could have had another chance, but it almost serves a bit as a punt. And we'll get Roseburg at their worst starting position of the night.
You got to be happy if you say that that's their worst field position, getting the ball at the 29-yard line.
They've started at their own 31 and at the Eagle Point 45. 3rd possession of the night for Roseburg here with 2:55. That drive for Eagle Point only took 1 minute and 1 second off the clock. Roseburg at their own 29 will have the football, going up the middle with it on the carry. It looks like it's Carson Uragwin. It is. And I thought we might see a heavy rotation of the seniors in the backfield tonight on senior night for the Roseburg Indians. And we get just that. 3rd drive of the night, a 3rd different featured back in the backfield. This time it's the senior Carson Uragwin, who comes in, 212 rushing yards on the season, 3 touchdowns, averaging 30.3 yards per game, 6.4 yards per carry, has a long of 66, had a touchdown last week. His first down carry, took the ball out to the 35, a pickup of 6. They'll run it again, and right up the middle goes Carson Uragwin once again. This time he'll move the chains as he takes it to the 41.
Just back-to-back pickups of 6 for Uragwin. He's got some stuff. He had the big performance against Crater. Maybe a little bit of extra juice going up against another Medford area school.
Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. First down and 10. Turn, hand it off, running up the middle. That looks like it is. Oh, boy, here comes the wind. Oh.
My goodness.
That was quite the breeze blowing through here at Finlay Field. That was Uragwin that ran up the middle. I thought that had been...
that was his speed blowing the the tarp, eh?
I thought that was Reitman running through there. Our weights are not heavy enough to hold down the sign, apparently. We may have to reconsider that idea here. Out to the 50. It was a pickup of 9 on that carry by Uruguayan. Down to 1:20 to go here in the opening period. So winds apparently are picking up. Uruguayan is the back behind Kimball, who checks his wristband. Clock's down to 1:09 to go. Play clock, still time. Give it to Uruguayan. It has been a steady dose of the senior on 2nd and 1. He goes right up the middle, and he goes across the 50, right over the feather, and takes it to the 47-yard line. Pickup of 3 and a first down for the Tribe.
24 yards for Uruguayan just on this drive alone. And another first down. It feels like Roseburg's just moving the ball at will.
Clock under 60 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 14-0, Roseburg in front with the football. Fresh set of downs. Looking to run the option again. Keeping it is Kimball. He'll cut to the outside, gets hit from behind, and taken down by Peyton Smith at the 37-yard line. And the clock stops with 33.9 seconds to go. This is going to be right at the marker. And I think they're going to say first down on the carry by Kimball. His first carry of the night.
Still haven't moved the chains. I think they gotta.
Football's touching the 37. It was started at the 47. Feels like they should.
The referees are discussing whether or not this should be a first down or not. The near side official was saying roll the clock.
And it is running, so now they stop it.
And now they will move the chains.
Now there's 16.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And Roseburg might just elect to let this one run out. Clock back up and running again. 14-0 our score here in the first quarter. It looks like the Tribe won't get a chance to snap off one more. And as we head to the first quarter break, the Indians on top by 2 scores. After 14-0, Roseburg in front. Back after a 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Second quarter action coming at you here from Roseburg High School. Along with Knight Uretsky, I'm Joey Kieran. Roseburg football here on the score, presented by Neal Company Real Estate. Check out Neal Company Real Estate at nealco.com for the latest listings around Douglas County. Their agents can help you score the home of your dreams. Flip sides of the field, Roseburg now moving right to left on your radio dial, wearing their home blacks here tonight. On first down and 10, it's Carson Uruguayan once again over the left side between the tackle and guards. He picked up about 6, and then he picked up about another 4 after the initial contact. Continues to move the pile, and Roseburg's got another first down on a huge run by Carson Uruguayan.
I think they're going to give him a total of 12 yards on that carry. Another impressive carry for him, as all of a sudden he has 36 yards on 5 carries on this drive alone.
They'll spread out Noah Nelson to the far side of the field. Dre Burwell moves in motion from left to right. They'll go on a bit of a reverse there to Austin, but Peyton Smith is there to sniff that one out. Austin only able to fall forward for about a yard.
Nice tackle from Smith, but it's kind of a fun play design, trying to get the ball back in Austin's hands after his dynamic ability we saw in the first quarter. 3 carries, 46 yards.
I was watching college football. I might have been watching the tape on Illinois earlier today, and they ran a play, and I was like, man, that looks like a play that Roseburg needs to run. But I can't remember what it was anymore. But I remember thinking that, and it was kind of a fun one that I thought was perfect. Up the middle on 2nd down and 9, Yaragwin, just a patient run, taking on contact and just bouncing off of white jerseys. He's able to weave his way all the way inside the 15. They'll mark him down to the 13-yard line. Another first down carry for the senior.
Impressive. Just a pickup of 11 yards for Yaragwin. He's pretty much done it all himself on this drive.
First down and 10 from the 13. Yeah, I think there's been 2 carries that have been not Carson Yaragwin. One of them Corey Kimball, one of them Caden Austin. Everything else, it's been Yaragwin. So far, we've had senior Tyler Reitman with a touchdown run, senior Landon Simpson with a touchdown run. Can they get one for the senior Carson Yaragwin from the 13, 1st and 10 in the middle of the field? Give it to him again. Made one jump cut to the right side, then sprints upfield inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line on the carry, 5 yards for Yaragwin.
Just, again, he's been a workhorse on this drive. Already 7 carries. I mean, I don't even know if he had 7 carries the last 2 weeks combined, it felt like.
It's been a little limited. He came in with 33 total on the season. 2nd down. 5 yards to go. They spread out Nelson to the right side. St. Clair out there, spread out wide. Amos Bowers is the left slot, and Paxton Burke the right side. They give it to Yaragwin. They are just rewarding these senior running backs who have gotten a lot of carries this season, and Yaragwin gets another one there, and he carries up the middle of the field.
It's really awesome to see, though. Like, they're getting every single senior running back involved to run first offense, plenty of guys throughout the season, and they're letting everybody get some action here tonight.
Yaragwin takes it to the 4-yard line. He's about half a yard shy of the first down, so it'll be 3rd down and a yard. They can convert and get first down and goal if they get about 1 yard. 8:54 and counting here in this one. Give it to Yaragwin again over the right side. He's upended at the goal line, but he's in. Touchdown, Roseburg.
The absolute unit. 9 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown on that drive for Carson Yaragwin. I mean, he carried the ball down the field pretty much the entirety of the way, and it's only fair that he gets rewarded for the touchdown.
4-yard run for Yaragwin. That'll be his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. And Yaragwin will make it a 20-0 score for Roseburg with 8:49 to go in the game, or here in this first half. Jacob Michael, the PAT, and he does get it through this time. Just sneaks it inside the right upright for the PAT. And that'll make it 21-0. Roseburg in front. We take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving. Somebody just snuck inside a Stuart Robertson Memorial Gymnasium across the way. The lights have flipped on over there.
Are they automatic?
I think so. Tonight we'll be learning all about Robertson Memorial Gymnasium coming up this winter sports season, helping out with the basketball broadcasts as well. Those will be getting started in December. Kickoff away with a 21-0 lead for Roseburg. And Michael will kick it to the near side. And
out of bounds.
Out of bounds. I couldn't quite see that corner there. So Jacob Michael, a little kind of jazzed up here on senior night. He's had a couple of errant kicks that have gotten away from him. He's been a very reliable kicker this season for Roseburg. That kick out of bounds there. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Was wanting to look at the numbers this season. Caden Austin, a senior, 39 rushes coming in. Reitman, 39 carries. Uragwin, 33 carries. Burwell, he's a junior, but Simpson, 28 carries. Those seniors all there, I mean, they have spread the load around this season, and the seniors have been doing a great job. And tonight they're all getting rewarded with the opportunity to pad some stats a little bit. And so far, each drive has worked out for those senior running backs. Football out at the 35 after the kickoff out of bounds. Up the middle, Peyton Smith after the handoff from Mason DeVry. Eagle Point carries out to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 3 for Peyton Smith.
Smith really hasn't had much today. 5 carries, 14 yards. Roseburg's held him to 3 yards or less on 4 of his 5 carries. He's really struggling just to get positive yardage.
He has had 100-plus yards in 5 of 7 games this season, including a season-high 193 against South Eugene, the only win for the Eagles. Handed off. Oh, and he slipped on the turf. He had a good lane and a full head of steam going into that one, but slipped on the turf. We've seen some rain, probably getting a little bit of like dew point stuff kicking in here, and that turf may be a little slick, and the cleats did not hold up for Peyton Smith.
Yeah, Turf Monster got him. Still got a pickup of 2, which he's probably is grateful for, but not ideal at all with that big hole in front of him.
Makes it 3rd down and 5 for the Eagles, and in to run the play will be Thomas Whipple. The sophomore comes off the bench for DeVry, who runs over, so this could be that Wildcat offense here. Whipple listed at 5'9", 145 pounds, but running out, he looks bigger than that, so it kind of almost makes me wonder if it's a different player, but he will run this offense, and a timeout going to be called by Eagle Point. They want to get a moment to make sure they're running the play they want to run. Timeout taken by Eagle Point. Let's work in a 30-second break as well here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Senior night here at Finlay Field. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Homecoming coming up as well at halftime, but stick around during the Quality Fence halftime report. We'll recap stats from the first half, recap the scoring for you, and we'll take a look around the region to run through the games that are going on and get you score updates on those contests from around the Umpqua Basin with our BTB Moving Out-of-Town scoreboard update. Getting updates from Oakland where things are out of hand early in that one. High snap. They're coming back out of that timeout on 3rd down and 5. It's Whipple weaving his way upfield. He got spun around and upended, and Byron Irvin able to make a big hit on him. Whipple has taken a couple of big shots. Remember that one in the first quarter here on the near sideline. It was Reitman that got him, and now Byron Irvin comes up and lays down a big hit, but Whipple still able to make the play, carries the football out to the 46 for a first down.
They're going to keep him in the game, too. It seemed like he was slow to get up, but, man, staying in there. Another great hit, though, from Roseburg. They're emotional. They're ready for this game. It's senior night. It's homecoming. It's emotional, but they're ready for this.
First down and 10 from the 45. It is Whipple again, and he's been a spark plug coming out of the backfield. They've gone to this Wildcat formation. They've taken out DeVry, who I watched some film of DeVry from last week's game against Springfield, and he looked like he had a strong arm, but it might just be more of a question of can they give the quarterback enough time to throw, and here comes DeVry back in. They might have liked that Wildcat option, and it's obviously been working, but DeVry definitely looked like he had an arm.
And we've seen that arm. Yes, he threw the interception, but he definitely has some strength, especially rolling out of the pocket. I think just trying to get him to reset a little bit. Whipple moving the ball down the field, and now you get your offense in a favorable position towards the end of this first half.
First down and 10 after that last carry. That was a carry of 11 for Whipple. Now they'll give it to Smith. He bounces off of one guy and grabbing jersey. That was Caden Luther, the senior defensive end, grabbing the jersey and pulling down Smith as he got drugged behind him. Goes down to the 35, a pickup of 8.
This has been an impressive drive so far. 24 yards in the last 3 plays for Eagle Point.
5:50 and counting here in the second quarter. 21-0, Roseburg in front. Up to the ball in the middle of the field at the 35-yard line. I'm surprised there was no whistle there. Roseburg had a defensive back touch the receiver before the ball was snapped. Handoff goes to Smith. They only needed 2 yards to get the first down, and he'll get him there.
That was something, too, and the near side official started walking out on the field like he was going to throw a penalty.
Senior Cody Davis made contact with an offensive player, but there was no penalty. Now the official is talking to him. The receiver looked over and was like, no whistle, no flag? Ends up working out okay for Eagle Point as they move the chains, take the ball to the 33-yard line. Smith with that carry of 2. There's tight coverage, and Cody Davis was inside of that. He was right there on top of that receiver. I think that might have been Pierce Brown, and Davis, he was on him like a backpack, basically, right there at the line. That was just tight coverage. First down and 10. High snap. It's Whipple back in there as the Wildcat. He'll weave his way, and he's got some space. Angles to the far side. It's a foot race to the goal line. In. Touchdown, Eagle Point.
I mean, man, what a drive for him. Just came out and did a great job moving it down the field himself, taking it 33 yards to the house using his speed. And that certainly worked for them. I don't think Roseburg was prepared for Whipple out of the bench. Come out and run the ball in the Wildcat, but, man, that's working for the Eagles.
Takes that one in from 33 yards out to break the goose egg. And it is Whipple with the carry. And now the extra point coming up for Eagle Point. Out there for the PAT, Octavio Garcia. And the right-footed kick, a little bit of a toe punt, straight-on approach, goes through the uprights. It's 21-7, back within 14 is Eagle Point. We'll take a 30-second timeout and come back here in the second quarter on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg football for you tonight here on the Score, brought to you by Flyway Travel. Contact with the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. A drive for Eagle Point that covers 65 yards in 7 plays. They ended up using 4 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock. A 33-yard touchdown run for Thomas Whipple. They kick good by Octavio Garcia, and back into the game is Eagle Point. A kickoff, over-the-shoulder catch by Amos Bowers, down to about the 27 on the return. Weaves his way up the far side, and we'll take it, see where they spot him out here. Out to the 36-yard line, so a pickup of about 9 on the return for Bowers.
Such a unique kicking strategy they have out there. I mean, it's just kind of booting it a little bit of a pooch kick to the sidelines.
May just not necessarily have the biggest leg behind it, and they just go with a bit of a strategy approach there. Out to the 36, Roseburg's offense back out there. 4th drive of the night. Every other drive has ended in a touchdown. Pitching it left side, looking for a block. Made a couple of guys miss. Now he's going to cut back the other direction, out into space, and here he goes. Caden Austin, he's at the 30, to the 20. He's at the 10, one man to beat, racing in. Touchdown, Roseburg. Get the senior the score. Another one for this senior class here in 2024. Caden Austin, he sprints that one out for a 64-yard run. Started left, slipped out of 2 tackles, breaks through a seam on the right side, and then it's off to the races, and he's a hard man to catch.
Oh, my goodness. That burst of speed on the cutback up the field. Shades of Marcus Allen out there against the Washington football team back in the day, but oh my goodness.
This time on the PAT, no doubt about it on that one by Jacob Michael, and that was a huge spark there for Roseburg. After giving up their first points of the season or of the night, Caden Austin slipped out of a couple, sprints through, and then he is gone. Everybody chasing him. He had one man to beat, and he does a 64-yard touchdown run by Caden Austin. He's the 4th senior to get a touchdown run here tonight. And Roseburg on the kick by the senior Jacob Michael. They make it 28-7. Now that was quick. That took 20 seconds off the clock.
Incredible.
Whew. That was fun.
That was incredible. That might have been the play of the season so far.
It was a good one. We've had some great ones out there. I remember Corey Kimball's touchdown run on the season opener, 53-yarder down the left side, which upon photo evidence afterwards, he probably didn't get it, but it was still nonetheless a great run, and they did give him the touchdown. Hey, you had Carson Uragwin with a 66-yarder. That one's 64 yards there for Caden Austin. I might have to look back here and see. Let's see here. That is probably the 3rd longest play from scrimmage for Roseburg this season. There was a 75-yarder in there for Caden Austin last week on the road when he got a catch and run for 75 yards. Kickoff down to the 5-yard line. Return here for Smith. Made a jump cut at the 15. Tried to get away but could not. Paxton Burke coming up to make the stop. And Eagle Point will have it at their own 16-yard line. So you've had the 75-yarder by Austin last week on the catch and run. 66-yarder by Uragwin, and now that 64-yard touchdown run there by Austin. So.
Yeah, but he changed directions.
I mean,
he
ran
multiple
more.
men miss. That was incredible.
For sure. He only gets
just
credit
the pure
for 64
speed after the cut. It was one cut and he was gone.
He is a speedster. I can't remember if he did track and field last year. I hope he does. They will run over the left side here for Eagle Point, trailing once again by 21 as the clock runs to 4:15 and counting here in the first half. A pickup of 1 over the left side for Peyton Smith.
Really hasn't had much in this game. 9 carries, 27 yards, averaging just 3 yards a carry.
It has been Thomas Whipple who's come out and filled in the backfield as a Wildcat quarterback. Last week we saw him filling in as a running back with Peyton Smith sitting out much of the fourth quarter. Kind of seemed like he maybe had a neck injury. They had some ice on his neck, but he still was in pads, had his helmet on. They just never got him back in the game. And they could have used him last week. Turn and hand it off. Makes a jump cut up the middle, gets across the 20. Stutter steps out to about the 23. I think they're going to give him credit to the 22 on that carry for Smith. He's a great size for, they only have him listed at 155. He looks bigger than that.
I feel like their players are a lot heavier than what they're giving them credit for.
Which is what I thought watching the video of last week's game, and then I put in on the numbers in our sheet, and I was like, these guys are small. They did not look this small on tape. And in person, they don't look that small as well.
Maybe that's part of the strategy. Got to think that, or got to make the opposing team think that they're smaller than they are.
Might be the case. Penalty flag comes out, and Roseburg's going to get called for the jump once again on the defensive side.
Yeah, it was A.J. Baker getting a little antsy up the middle, and that's going to give Eagle Point a first down.
The band is not on the field yet. Halftime going to be coming up here. The clock at 3 minutes to go in the first half. They're getting set up. We look forward to seeing their presentation, award-winning presentation once again. Football goes out to the 27-yard line, a 5-yard penalty on Roseburg's defense. You've got Parker, Baker, Banta, and Luther. That front four, they are all seniors, and man, have they've been tough to deal with up there for a lot of teams, and they're going to jump again. Hard count getting them here.
It's uncharacteristic.
Especially on back-to-back plays. So the football will move out to the 32. It'll be 1st and 5. Linebackers, a couple of seniors there as well. Seeing Luke Robbins and Tyler Reitman in the middle. Byron Irving. And he's a senior. Dre Burwell, a junior, is out there as well. Safety is Paxton Burke. He'll be back next year after his junior season. Timeout called down on the field. Roseburg's going to burn one here. We'll keep it right here as we are 2:28 away from the halftime break. The clock was running there on that one, and Roseburg uses the timeout. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for this senior night coverage here at Roseburg High School. Whether you're listening on the radio or maybe you're watching our live video coverage online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. Follow the action with us there. Hit the subscribe button. Live video coverage of Roseburg sports here on The Score is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll have a look at your out-of-town scoreboard update here coming up. Some big matchups going on. I don't know, unfortunately, if we're going to get any updates from North Douglas and Cross Point Christian tonight. That's one we are eagerly awaiting the final score on.
Maybe the game of Southern Oregon.
That could be a big one here tonight. We are getting some updates on Oakland's game tonight. We'll try to keep tabs. I believe Sutherland, we're getting some score updates there, and hopefully we'll get a chance to check in with Kenny Sherman on some updates from the South Umpqua Douglas game going on tonight as well. Out of the Wildcat formation, it's Whipple running, and Whipple does not escape. Swallowed up by Brayson Parker. The senior does not let him escape.
Man, I feel like every play I'm watching Brayson Parker, and he's just shedding the right tackle like it's nothing. It's been incredible to watch today, and that's just been the story all season long. He's done it a lot. And, you know, you look at that loss against North Eugene, and it was a 7-point loss on the road. I think that if Brayson Parker plays in that game, things might be a little bit different.
They'll set up with that four-man front after a 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. Clock down to 1:48 and counting. It's Whipple in the shotgun position, takes it and tucks it, runs over the left side, gets hit, spinning around. He did 2 360s, so that's 1080.
720.
Sure, that one too. I told you last time, math on the air is
that's
not
why
good.
You have the calculator on air, eh?
I told you. I should have known that one. Goes down to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 6. Just going to be quiet over here. 1st down and 10, 1:28 and counting. I said that, and everybody in the booth looks at me like, what are you? Run up the middle by Whipple, hurdled one of his own players. That's Julius Smith, lead blocking, got over the top of Smith and takes it to the 42-yard line.
I mean, your wife's a teacher. I feel like you should know 360 plus 360 is 720.
I don't need to have a wife that's a teacher to know that. I should have known that anyways. Oh, boy. Clock down to 54 seconds and counting here in this first half. Ball at the 42. Eagle Point using a lot of time. They've got 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 7. 2 backs in the backfield with DeVry. 2 targets to the right side. Fake the handoff, looking to pass, going to try to go back to the left. They set up a screen to Smith. But they didn't have enough blockers out there as Roseburg did keep some guys home, and Smith taken down short of the line to gain and a man down for the Indians. The ball goes out to the 48-yard line, a pickup of 6. But we are concerned about the guy down on the field for the Tribe. That's Byron Irvin, who is down on the field. .3 seconds to go here in this first half, and we will hope that Byron Irvin is okay. I think a collision there where you had a few guys going right at the ball carrier, all in the same spot, and so we will hope that he won't have a problem getting up off the field on this one. And he's grabbing his right arm a little bit, stretching that out. And he runs off the field himself. That's great to see right there because that kind of seemed a little dicey there for a moment. That pass completion was good for 6 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and a yard. The clock is stopped with 24.3. Calling for the snap. DeVry rolls to his right, has some space, throws, finds a man on his knees at the 41-yard line. That was Treiber, the sophomore. Pass completion, great route, and just set him up perfectly. He was already on his knees, I think, before that pass ever came. He was like setting up, expecting the low pass, but also the opportunity to be down right away and save some clock. 19.7 to go as a timeout taken once again. So the pass completion to the 41. And that'll be good for 11 yards through the air for Mason DeVry. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Coming up at halftime, we will take a look at stats and update you on all of that. We've got college football going on here tonight. And got the World Series going on. Sounds like a tight one down there.
Yeah, 2-2 right now in the World Series, last I saw.
1st down and 10. Ball at the Roseburg 41 on the right side of the field here for Eagle Point. Do they have enough to try and make it to the end zone from 41 with 19.7 left, rolling left, throwing that pass knocked down by Caden Luther. Nice job getting in there for a pass breakup.
And man, he was all in his face. One of those where you wish he was a little bit further behind so he could just pick it off, but man, just able to put both hands up and swat it back.
Kind of like a volleyball player there. Just got in, right at the net. Now, I don't want to make any assumptions, but we did see Roseburg volleyball player Arlie Asen with – oh, wait, no, that was with Jacob Michael. I think actually Caden Luther might be connected to a young lady, Dakota Kaufman, on the volleyball team as well. She's not playing at the net much either. Pass off the hand. Dakota was the one, their photographer for the News Review, Nathan Miller, had a photo of her in the stands with a, hey, 80, want to go on a datey or something like that. That had this catchy little phrase on her sign. And
love that.
Yeah.
That's what high school is all about.
I really hope I'm not mixing everybody up now. I'm going to get myself in trouble. 3rd down and 10 after that incompletion. There is 12.6 seconds to go. In shotgun here for DeVry. Blitz coming. Reitman through the middle. Lob it down the near sideline on 3rd down and 10. Incomplete. DeVry knew he had to get rid of it. He had Tyler Reitman barreling down on him there. He just lobbed that one, hoping that his receiver, Treiber, could get underneath it, and lobbed it out there a bit too far. 8.2 to go, 4th down and 10. Eagle Point will get the ball to start the second half. Do you try to do it again, try to go downfield here, or do you just take a knee and take it into the locker room and not risk anything happening?
I mean, you have 8.2 seconds. Might as well take a shot if you don't get it. It's not like you're giving Roseburg much time on the opposite end.
Rolling to his left is DeVry. Squares up, throws downfield, and that might have been picked. Did it bounce? I think they're saying a pickoff. It was going to be a turnover on downs or an interception. Actually, you kind of almost wish that he hadn't caught it.
Got to pad the stats, eh?
I guess. If he had been incomplete, Roseburg would have gotten better field position. But they're going to say an interception there for Paxton Burke, who comes away with it. That is the second interception of the night for Mason DeVry. And for Paxton Burke, on the season, the junior has been quite the ball hawk back in the secondary. And that'll be his second interception. He's also got 2 fumble recoveries on the year. 3.2 seconds to play. And Roseburg will take a knee. And that will wrap things up here in the first half. So the end of the first half has Roseburg on top, 28-7 over the Eagle Point Eagles. We will take a 2-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll have a look at your first half recap. It's the Quality Fence Halftime Report coming up when we return here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Here at the halftime break, the Roseburg Indians are on top 28-7 against the visiting Eagle Point Eagles. Joey Kieran here with you, along with Knight Uretsky, helping out here in the booth. Angela Kieran back in the studio. Grady Hamilton running the radio production. Thanks to everybody that has helped make Roseburg football coverage this season here on The Score possible. Takes a lot of folks to make it work, and it's been a great season here on The Score. 28-7, Roseburg in front. Roseburg scores a touchdown on each of their first 4 drives. The only drive they did not score was when they took a knee at the end of the first half. So Roseburg basically 4 for 4 on their drives to start out this one. It has been rushing touchdowns each time by a senior. It was Tyler Reitman that started that off with a 7-yard run. Then Landon Simpson, a 1-yard run. He converted the 2-point try on the run, got the octopus. That was 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Then it was Carson Uraguin with a 4-yard run to start out things in the second quarter. Eagle Point did get a touchdown. It was a 33-yard run by Thomas Whipple. The kick was good, made it 21-7 with 4:47 to go in the second quarter. But then Roseburg on the first play of that drive, 64 yards to the house on a winding run by Caden Austin. That senior gets a rushing touchdown. Kick good, 28-7. That's your score here at the halftime break. The marching band is out there performing here at halftime. Let's go ahead and take a tune in and listen to some of the Roseburg High School marching band tonight here on The Score.
Once more, shall we Robin venture through the castle or force to save his allies? It is you who must decide. Shout your reply and guide our hero. Castle or forest? Castle or forest? Castle it shall be. Killed Robin. You're all really bad at this. Turn to your neighbor right now and give him a dirty look for ruining our story. Let's try this again. And maybe let's not charge headfirst into the castle. All right, everyone, run it back. Places.
The Roseburg Band, they are so much fun. This routine they've got together here, a little bit of a Robin Hood theme here on this one with a storyline, a narrator. Choose your own adventure almost in this one. Roseburg High School Marching Ensemble recently competed at the annual Pride of the Northwest Marching Competition at Grants Pass High School back on October 12th. They brought together 12 high school marching bands from all over Oregon and Northern California. RHS taking home second place in that one, both in the preliminary and final rounds of that competition with their show, The Outlaw of Nottingham. We've seen it a couple of times this year. It is a lot of fun. Just a little bit more of the Roseburg Band.
Why am I surrounded by buffoons? Must I do everything myself? Cheers for Robin. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip.
They vanquished the foe. Robin is a winner out there here at the halftime break. We got to get in another timeout. A 2-minute break here. Roseburg football leading 28-7 over Eagle Point at the half. The marching band providing us plenty of entertainment while we wait for the game to resume. Oh, man, they are very good at what they do. That is why they take home second place in that competition not that long ago, and why they put a smile on our face each and every time here at Finlay Field. Back after this 2-minute timeout with more of the Quality Fence Halftime Report on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, another fantastic performance from our high school marching band here at Roseburg, where the Indians are currently leading this one 28-7 over the visiting Eagle Point Eagles. We'll have a look at your out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by BTB Moving, and we'll have that for you here during the Quality Fence Halftime Report. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the individual numbers from the first half of tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Eagle Point Eagles, Mason DeVry is the starting quarterback. He was 3 for 10 through the air for 75 yards, did have 2 interceptions, 2 completions to Peyton Smith for 14 yards, 1 to Skylar Triber, who had the catch for 11 yards. On the ground, Thomas Whipple with 6 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown here tonight. The long run of 33 yards for that touchdown score. Peyton Smith finished in the first half with 11 carries for 35 yards to help pace the way for the Eagles. On the other side for Roseburg, 3 of 3 through the air for Corey Kimball. Hasn't been asked to throw a lot. He has completed each one for 38 yards. 1 to Caden Austin for 6, 1 to Byron Irvin for 19, and 1 to Dre Burwell for 13. On the ground for Roseburg, Tyler Reitman, 5 carries for 23 yards and a score. Landon Simpson had the 1 carry for a touchdown run of 1 yard. You had Caden Austin, 5 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. Carson Uragwin, 60 yards on 9 carries and a touchdown. 2 carries for 19 yards for Dre Burwell so far tonight. Roseburg on the ground. Well, I see that would probably put them at 171, 194. So over 200 yards rushing already tonight for the Roseburg Indians, averaging 214 yards on the ground this season, and they are well on their way to that. Down on the field is Knight Ureski as homecoming is going on down here. And Knight just trying to get an idea of kind of how things are feeling at the stadium tonight for senior night and for homecoming. The band just performing. You got to take it all in down on the track down there for just a few minutes here at halftime.
Yeah, I did, and it's really great to be down here on the field and get to see the band up in person. We're up there at the booth, and you don't really get to see everything. There's so many instruments being played, which is really remarkable. Heck, there's even a guitar player down here. I didn't even realize that. He had a little bit of a solo that I didn't even realize sitting up in the booth. But it is quite special to be down here. The stands are packed. Everybody was fired up for that one, and now they got great festivities happening on the field.
Well, it's awesome to get that experience down there on the field. Knight Ureski chiming in here during the Quality Fence halftime report. At the break, it is 28-7. We got a little bit of an extended halftime with the homecoming festivities going on, and he can't really keep him away. He's wandered into the booth. He always seems to have some sort of microphone in front of his face. Former voice of the Roseburg Indians, Brian Prow is joining us here in the booth.
Hey, what's happening?
You remember these matchups between Roseburg and Eagle Point, right?
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, they played for a state championship or two, I think, back in the day. I think there's a couple of Roseburg
You reminded
fans.
me of that. I think it was 1995?
95, somewhere in there.
Yeah, close one there for the state title between those two.
Yep. Roseburg fans still probably punch their radios when they think about those games, but And then I was remembering a game where Jamie Rogwin and I were calling a game at Eagle Point, and they beat us. Steve Coates was our sideline guy, and Eagle Point put this huge rally on, and they kept making these completions on the far sideline, and Steve Coates on the sideline kept telling us, those are out of bounds, and they kept calling them catches, and it helped Eagle Point go down and score and win the game at the end.
Wow.
And people were just losing their minds and running all over the place. It was like the greatest win in the history of Eagle Point because I was not here for those years when Roseburg and Eagle Point played. And so all I've ever seen is an Eagle Point team that wasn't good.
Yeah.
And so to find out that they were good for those years. But for an Eagle Point team to beat Roseburg, when I was calling games back in the day a long time ago, it was a big shock, and they were very happy to win that game.
Well, this series, they've been playing it. They played regularly from 1979 to 2005. Roseburg has actually won a good number of these games against Eagle Point, but there have been a couple in there. And the last one was back in 2005. That was just before they made the switch to 6 classifications, and things got spread up a little bit there. So
I would just like to say that now as a seasoned father of 3 who's been around Roseburg High School for a really long time, homecoming, halftime, the kids, this moment for them on the field, the whole senior night thing with the football team and the cheer squad and all that. I mean, this is priceless stuff. It's so cool. And when I was on the air before, Joey, when I was young like you, I didn't appreciate it the way I do now. It is such a cool thing to just all of this is really, really fun. These nights are really a big deal for the kids and for the parents. And now that my girls are all beyond this stage, I always kind of look back with, I get sentimental. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cause walk in here and cry on the radio is what I'm going to end up doing.
He's definitely showing his age a little bit, and the fact that you had 3 girls, right?
Yeah.
This is
all Roseburg High grads. Yep.
Yeah. So it is a special night, and we get a chance to do a lot of the kind of fun festivities all here on one night in general. I think that one of our board ops from time to time might be escorting a young lady out there for the homecoming court, but I'm not sure if that's what I was told back in the offense, and I was going to make a note of it if he was out there, but I haven't seen him yet. He might be queued up to come out here at some point as well. 28-7 here at the halftime break. You're over doing PA duty?
Yeah, Tom Nelson's on vacation or got fired or something.
When is Tom Nelson not on vacation?
Or not fired. He's fired everywhere he goes. So, yeah, I'm over there doing the PA. I really love it. It's really a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. Glad that you get to be here and fill in for Tom and then make a trip down here and, pick up the microphone.
Yeah, I'm not filling in for you. I'm just filling in for Tom.
Oh. Dang it. I thought I'd get it
unless you need help sometime.
Yeah, sure. Come on over here. I'm good.
No, put that back on. It's a lot of fun, though. Doc's baseball.
Yeah.
When you need a break to go see the Cubs, you got my number.
Okay, you get that ticket for me, and I'll go see the Cubs. You can do my work for me. I appreciate it, Brian.
I'll get you a ticket to the Doc's game. You bet. Sounds great.
Sounds good. Brian Prowitz joining us here on the Quality Defense Halftime Report. Down on the field, Knight Uretsky is manning things down there. He'll be back up here in the booth here for the second half in just a little bit. But, Brian, enjoy the rest of your second half.
I will, Joey. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you, too. Here at the Quality Defense Halftime Report, we'll come back. We'll take a look at our BTB Moving Out-of-Town scoreboard update, so don't go anywhere. More of that coming up. I don't know if they've announced all the homecoming court, but they got to be getting close to making an announcement here soon, I'd imagine. Teams are back out on the field and ready to go. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll come back after this 1-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Back here at Roseburg High School, Finlay Field, it is homecoming night here. They just announced the winner, and I think, out of a jersey where they've got a number that helps identify them, that might be Dakota Kaufman.
It is Dakota Kaufman
Okay.
down here. She is ecstatic. And also, what a suit right next to her.
That suit's on fire.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Joey. Took the words right out my mouth.
Well, congratulations to Dakota on being named the homecoming queen, it looks like, here at halftime. Taking a look at our BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update here at the break. Some of the scores that we've been getting into us here. Down at South Umpqua High School, they've made it to halftime. They had an injury in the first half that it sounds like was unfortunately somewhat serious. Hopefully everyone will end up okay, but they get to halftime, and it's 10-0 South Umpqua in front of Douglas in that one. Up at Oakland at halftime, it was 42-0 at the break, and the JV is in the second half in that one. Also, Siuslaw is not playing a local team, but they are leading 44-6 at the halftime break in that one. That is a league opponent there for South Umpqua, Douglas, and Sutherland. Sutherland is playing Coquille, and I thought we might have had one come in on that, but let's see here. Sutherland was up 7-0 on Coquille, or 7-6 on Coquille at halftime. Wow, that would be a great one if they could hang on to that. And how they got to the halftime that fast, that came in almost 45 minutes ago from Dan Bain. They had a quick first half in that one. Some league matchups. Willamette and Crater are squaring off tonight, and Willamette leading 20-0 over Crater in that one. Oh, man. I don't know if this was an injury or if they were delivering the game ball, but they had a helicopter land at the field at Oakland High School, it looks like, here in the last hour. So, let's see here. I'll reach out to my contact. It might have been a celebratory thing. So, we are getting ready for the start of the second half here. Our score here at the break is 28-7. And Roseburg in front of Eagle Point here. Other games going on here tonight. So we had Sutherland in front of Coquille 7-6 at halftime there. So South Umpqua and Sutherland both up at halftime. Oakland up big at halftime. You've got other games going on tonight. Glide at Lowell. North Douglas at Cross Point Christian, the big matchup there. Glendale hosting Riddle today, and earlier today, Elkton was hosting McKenzie. We'll see if we can dig up a final score on that one. They kicked off at 3 o'clock earlier today, so we'll see if we can find out some information on that. Yesterday, Days Creek shut out by North Lake 62-0, and coming up tomorrow, it's going to be Camas Valley hosting Mohawk in a big matchup there. Second half kickoff just about to get underway. Roseburg will be kicking away to Eagle Point here in the second half. There they wrap up the halftime clock. So 12 minutes up on the board. Getting a couple of people helping me update on what the helicopter was about. We'll get you more details on that here after the kickoff. Jacob Michael boots it away from right to left. It'll go down to the 6-yard line through the hands of Peyton Smith. Now picks it up at the 3. He'll find the hash marks, climbs up, buries his head, and bowls his way forward out to about the 17, 18-yard line on the kickoff return. So that will set up just shy of the 20-yard line for Eagle Point on their first drive of the second half. Let's see here. Elkton gets their first win of the season, 32-13 on top of McKenzie. Nice. Way to go, Elks. That's good news there. All right, here we go. Second half action just about to get underway. Eagle Point with the football. 28-7 our score, running over the left side on the first play from the line of scrimmage here in the second half. The ball will go out to about the 23. So Eagle Point, 23-yard line is where they're going to spot that. A pickup of about 4 on the carry there by Peyton Smith. So good job, Elkton, picking up their first win of the night. We'll get more of that BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update throughout this second half and into the postgame show, providing labor services for your moving needs. That's BTB Moving. Second down and 6. After that 4-yard pickup, they go on the Wildcat here. It's Whipple weaving his way around the far side, stays up as he almost slipped one tackle, but a whole host of black jerseys come in. There is a penalty flag downfield. It was Irvin and one of the offensive linemen, Caden Anthony, that got a bit tangled up. It's actually going to be a loss of yards for Whipple, but we'll see what the penalty flag is about.
It looks initially like this is going to be an offensive foul on Eagle Point.
The flag is out near the 30-yard line. And I think they're going to count it off from there. It would have been a first down. Well, actually, where the marker is beyond the first down, but the ball never got anywhere close to that. The penalty is against Eagle Point. I'd almost wondered if you need to decline this penalty. Feels like they're walking it off from where the penalty flag was, and they're going to replay the down. So it's a 15-yard penalty. Goes all the way back to the 15-yard line.
I think it was a foul that occurred after the play was over because they just flipped it to third down.
Okay. Interesting. Well, now they put it back to second. So it's now second down and about 14. Pass out in the flats. Got on Peyton Smith quick there, and they will whistle this ball dead. It was kind of right down the line, right on that verge of a lateral or a forward pass, and they'll rule it a forward pass, incomplete for a third down and long.
Yeah, pretty quick they went and immediately signaled incomplete.
10:53, clock stopped on the incompletion. Opening drive for Eagle Point here. Kind of stalled out a little bit quick on him here. That penalty definitely hurt. Whipple was back there helping move the ball pretty well. DeVry is in shotgun with two backs back there. Going to turn and hand it off. Get a nice little counter play. Running over the right side out beyond the 20. A good pickup on third down, but it's not going to be enough. It'll be third down and about 7 as it gets to the 22 on the carry there by Smith. And here comes, I believe, the punt unit for Eagle Point. We have not seen a punt by either team so far in this one. Eagle Point has thrown an interception on a third down. They've actually thrown 2 interceptions on a third down. And they went for it on a fourth down and did not convert. So this will be the first time they try to punt. It'll be Garcia to punt it, and a wobbly kick quickly gets out of bounds, and Roseburg's going to have great field position to start this first drive of the second half. 10:06 to play here in the third.
It's an 11-yard punt.
They're going to spot
maybe 9-yard punt. 31-yard line?
Yeah, that's where they're going to spot it. So, yeah, 9 yards. That's tough, and that might be why Eagle Point had not really punted earlier on. Quick update on that story we were following there. Bill Stearns, former fire chief of Oakland Fire, was flown into the Oakland game on a helicopter, one of those life flight helicopters. He was flown in, I think, to deliver the game ball, and it was to honor his service to Oakland there. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Where's our ride to the game?
You know, back in the day, we had Brian Prouds up here in the booth. I've heard stories of Brian and some other folks of getting a chance to fly on Clint Newell's plane to go to Doc's games during the summer.
Wow.
Big games. A hand pitch here going right side, Dre Burwell. He'll try to turn and cut it upfield. Got good yardage as he stretched that one, just angled forward, then decided to try to make that cut back upfield. Got a couple of extra yards. He takes it to the 28. And actually, we said the 31. They're starting this drive on the 33, so they backed it up just a little bit. And Roseburg will go from the 33 down to the 28-yard line, picking up 5 on the carry by Burwell.
Still, though, incredible field position. Great stop defensively to start the second half, and now an opportunity to go up by 28 points if you punch it in for another touchdown.
Second down and 5, and penalty flags out as the play was just getting started. False start on Roseburg's going to back him up.
It's tough after you lose, or you gain 5 yards to lose those 5 yards right back, but this offense, I mean, they haven't had any issues. They've just moved the ball at will. They haven't really struggled at all in this game, it feels like.
The only thing that's really done them in has been some penalties from time to time. Back to the 33, they lose what they gained on first down. It'll be second down and 10. It's a 21-point lead for Roseburg. Clock running at 9:20 here in the third quarter. Roseburg in plus territory. They've got Simpson is the back behind Kimball under center. And to give it to him, but nowhere to go. Peyton Smith was right there. Credit Kimball. He continued out that fake, even though it looked very obvious he did not have it, and everybody else had already swarmed to the ball carrier.
Yeah. But that's what you need, right? Because that sets up the next fake or the next pull. Like, you got to keep doing that no matter what the result is if you want to prepare yourself and set yourself up for that next down.
Loss of 2 on the play. First tackle for loss, I believe, on the night for the Roseburg offense. They will set up third down and 12. They've got Luther, the tight end, on the left side of the formation. The slot backs on either side. This time, Kimball pulls it. He gets rid of it as he's pulled down. Gets it to Austin, who cannot escape. And this Eagle Point defense coming up standing tall on third down and long. But a penalty flag out in the middle of the field away from the play and downfield away from the line of scrimmage. It'd be a gain of about 2 for Austin. Hard-fought yards for him. Waiting on the call. It's a block in the back against Roseburg. Are they going to decline the penalty? It'll be fourth down and 10 if they decided to not accept that penalty. But this is kind of 4-down territory for Roseburg, I might think.
You got to think, especially after this was just basically given to you with the field position.
The football is at the 33-yard line. And they are going to decline the penalty, is what it looks like from the far sideline. They decline the penalty, so the football is going to stay where it's at the 33. It'll be a gain of 2 on that carry for Austin, and Roseburg will face fourth down and 10. And now you could hear from the far side. It feels very quiet at the field right now.
It does. It feels like there's no energy.
And the far sideline, they're saying, watch the ball. Trying not to jump on the hard count here. 8:15 to go. Fake the pitch. Kimball looking to throw. Has some time. He's going to step up in the pocket. Loses one tackler. Now he's got some space on the left side. He's at the 25. Gets to the 20 and gets tackled forward. He's got the first down. Corey Kimball using the legs to scramble to the near side, pick up the first down for the Indians.
I mean, doing his best Caden Austin impersonation right there. Shifting field, getting the first down, a huge pickup on fourth down.
Goes to the 19, a pickup of 14 yards.
Just his first carry of the game.
Jeez, for Kimball, that is impressive. He's had 70. He's the leading rusher on the team with 77 carries coming into the night. That was almost double pretty much everybody else on the team. Leading rusher, leading rushing touchdown getter. He sets up under center, gives it to Landon Simpson. Things open up. The senior bursts through the right side, gets inside the 5, tackled forward to about the 2-yard line. And a great burst of speed there for Simpson. Good to see that guy getting some action here tonight. Had not had a touchdown run on the season. Gets one here and now starting to rack up some yards. And he will set up Roseburg at 1st and goal from the 3.
And the touchdown earlier in the game, and now he sets them up inside the 5-yard line for another opportunity to get another rushing touchdown.
7:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Roseburg on their first drive of the second half, really trying to keep it perfect on the night. They were 4 for 4 on drives that didn't end a quarter or didn't end the half in that first half. Turn, hand it, going left side, spinning forward, not going to get in. That was Simpson on the carry. He is just shy of the goal line. At the 1 is where they're going to put him, but there's a penalty flag laying underneath everybody there. I see some of the Roseburg guys pushing back. Kind of get the feeling this has been a spirited game between these two teams out there tonight. The crew talking about things out on the field.
This could be a huge penalty. You could have it at the 1-yard line, and now, depending on how this goes, this could back up the Indians.
Waiting on the call. Flag is right about at the 2-yard line. Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike penalty. It's against Eagle Point, so that doesn't really, we've got 2 unsportsmanlike penalties, so that's going to probably negate that run there by Simpson. Or unless it was at the end of the play. So actually Simpson will get credit down to the 1-yard line. So it'll be first and goal. The scoreboard says second down. From the 1-yard line, carry it up the middle. Landon Simpson will get in. Touchdown, Roseburg. And penalty flags come out after the touchdown. As I said before, it feels like things are getting a little bit chippy down there.
It's like I'm going down to write down the stats, and all of a sudden I look up, and it's like, and I hear too, is like whistle, 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 flag, flag, flag.
So a touchdown run from a yard out. That's 2 1-yard touchdown runs for Landon Simpson. I believe the penalty flag will be after the play. Did they signal Roseburg's offense is heading off the field? I think we're getting our call now. Personal foul, unsportsmanlike. They didn't point one way or the other, so I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what transpired there. We might get a penalty yardage on the kickoff coming up, but Roseburg will come out with the, I would assume, the kicking unit. Yep, there's Jacob Michael carrying the tee out there, and he'll set up for the PAT from the usual spot. Try to put another one through as Roseburg leads this one 34-7 with 7:23 to go in the third quarter. Kind of a funky start to this second half here. Right-footed kick coming up. Spot is down. The kick is away. The hold by McLean Stedman. And there is another point on the board for the Roseburg Indians. 35-7 your score here with 7:23 to go in the third quarter. Back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Third quarter action here, a drive that started in Eagle Point territory. Roseburg goes 33 yards, and they pay it off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Landon Simpson, his second rushing touchdown of the night, and it makes it 35-7 on the PAT by Michael. Roseburg in front by 28. And it looks like that penalty flag that we saw after the touchdown run goes against Roseburg, as the Indians will back up to kick this one away from their own 25-yard line. So Jacob Michael, he's got a big boot. Let's see how big it can get. World Series action. If you don't want to know the score, if you're saving it for later, stay away from all internet-based material. And I'll tell you to mute for 10 seconds. Freddie Freeman walk-off. Dodgers take game one,
Kirk
6-3.
Gibson flashbacks, eh?
In the 10th inning, bottom of the 10th, walk-off grand slam for Freddie Freeman to give the Dodgers the win. And you can turn your radios back up now, because if you had it turned down, you could totally hear that. Kickoff away from right to left. It's going to sail down to the 17, and slipping there almost went down, and he did. What a bonus for Roseburg. Peyton Smith, the return man, lost his footing, and he drops a knee to the turf at the 18-yard line or thereabouts. Had a chance to try and get Eagle Point good field position, but Smith has had some issues with his footing on this turf. We saw rain earlier. Haven't really seen anything much throughout this game, but he's had some issues with his footing, and there it costs him. He puts a knee down, and in high school football, like in college, once you go down, you're down. There's no getting back up like in the NFL. And so this drive will start at the 18-yard line for Eagle Point. They had a chance to get some good field position. First down and 10 here for the Eagles. Give it to the fullback, and that is Julius Smith. Gets his first touch of the night, goes nowhere as he goes right back to the line of scrimmage, and no gain on first down.
I mean, this defensive line is just suffocating for Roseburg. Feels like they haven't had much all game, just that one drive with Whipple where they scored the touchdown. Other than that, hasn't been a lot of success for this Eagle Point team offensively.
They'll come to the line wearing their white road jerseys, blue numbers. Got that gold-yellow trim. A lot of pink out there. They're coming off of that game last week where they had pink jerseys for the cancer awareness. Pass out in the flats. Almost broke, almost really had an opportunity to maybe do something. That ball was loose, and picking it up and scooping and scoring was Tyler Reitman. Was it a backwards pass or a forward pass?
That's the question.
I kind of thought it was forward. It was broken up. I think it was Dre Burwell that got in there and helped break that one up. Loose ball. Reitman picked it up and returned it. And the signal, I believe, is going to be an incomplete pass. It is.
Yeah.
Incomplete. I thought it looked like he had thrown it forward. But, hey, that's wise to do that, to be alert and picking up a loose football when it could have possibly been a fumble.
I mean, if Dre Burwell looks up, he's in the end zone for a touchdown. It hit him square between the numbers just on his back.
I was going to say it looked like it did. It's from the 19. They had actually given Julius Smith a gain of 1 on that first down carry. Rolling to his right, DeVry passes out, overshoots Peyton Smith. Smith had Burwell in front of him. The pass went over the top of the defense, but too far for the offense as well. Smith couldn't track it down, incomplete again. And it is 4th down and 9 for the Eagles, and their punt unit's coming back out. It did not work out well for them last time. 6:29, the clock stopped here.
I mean, only way to go is up from here with this punt attempt, hopefully.
Got about 12 yards, I think, on the last one. Nah,
11 yards, yeah.
It is Garcia back there to kick it. Octavio, the junior kicker, gets a decent snap. And he gets a better boot behind this one. Wobbly one, angles to the far side, but gets a beneficial bounce that'll take that ball near midfield. Paxton Burke, no chance to return it. Actually, will get an even better spot than I was expecting. Gets it out to the Roseburg 46. So flips the field a little bit there for Eagle Point, and will back Roseburg up to their own 46-yard line with 6:23 to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg will have the ball once again. The only time the Roseburg didn't score in that first half was on the kneel down to finish the first half. They scored on every other drive in this ball game. Tonight's ball game has been brought to you by Centennial Orthopedics, sports injuries and more. It's your move. Visit centennialorthopodiatry.com. Roseburg running on first down, which, I mean, how many pass completion or pass attempts does Corey Kimball have tonight?
3.
Still 3. That's what it was at halftime. A carry out to the 50 for Tyler Reitman. Pick up a 4.
Well, I don't think this game's about Corey Gimble. It's senior night, right?
Yeah,
and
totally.
He's a junior, and I feel like the whole game plan in this game is get the seniors the ball, and that's certainly been the case tonight.
I was wondering if they might try to get a senior like Dane St. Clair some activity out in the passing game as a handoff here to Reitman again. He almost takes on contact and just lowers his shoulder to bounce off of a guy. He moves the ball out to the 44, and that's going to move the chains.
That's his game. I mean, he is a physical player. You saw the hit earlier on Whipple where he just absolutely smacked him out of bounds. And as a running back, he plays it like a linebacker. You know, he initiates that contact.
First down and 10. The ball will be at the Eagle Point 44. It's Reitman in the backfield. Give it to him again. The senior, he slips through the tackle from Smith, gets wrapped up from behind. Coming up to make the stop there for the Eagles. That was Gavin Hainan, who is there to wrap up the ankles of Tyler Reitman and stop that drive before it had a chance to be a lot more, down to the 33. Carry of 11 yards for Reitman. We've got Burwell on the left end, Austin on the right end. McLean Stedman is the one receiver on the right side. They're going to pitch it to Burwell, running right side. A couple of blockers out there. He lowers his shoulder and just runs over a defender. Coming up to make the tackle, Landon Meyer.
I mean, if you can't go around him, go through him.
That was Landon Meir, excuse me. Yeah, Meir was in a good spot, but I don't know if he expected Dre Burwell to just try to run right through his chest. Ball goes to the 29, a pickup of 4 on the carry. 4:44 to go here in this third quarter. Noah Nelson, a senior, will spread out to the near side. Nelson has a touchdown reception on the year. Last week, 2 catches for 9 yards. Try to see if maybe they can get him in action. Second down. And they're just going to continue to run right through the teeth of that defense for Eagle Point. And Reitman did a nice job of keeping his feet moving and staying with his feet underneath him. But now he's down. Looked like he took a couple of shots in his back there. Hopefully nothing too serious for Tyler Reitman. So Tyler Reitman is down. Let's get in a 30-second timeout for the injury here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Move a muscle? Make a move to Centennial Orthopedics and Podiatry for muscle, joint, and bone care for the entire family. Whether for ankle or foot, hand and wrist, shoulder and elbow, hip and knee, or sports injuries, our specialty-trained doctors can help you get moving. Get the safe, comfortable orthopedic care you deserve right here in Douglas County. It's your move. Call 541-229-2663 or visit centennialorthopodiatry.com today.
It's going to be third down. They are looking at the ankle, it looks like, for Tyler Reitman out there on the field. It's going to be third down and about 4 for Roseburg when play resumes. They're going to help Reitman up. They're going to help him make his way to the sideline. He's walking mostly under his own power, but he's getting some. Nope, now he's going to take the weight off of that left ankle, and now he's going to just limp his way. He went from getting some help to getting a ton of help to getting no help, and now making his way to the sideline.
Yeah, he had the right arm over the person to the right of him,
the trainer, Lindsey,
but it was his left ankle that he
and then he threw his arm over Coach Watson, and then it was a 2-yard pickup for him and earned it hard, and then goes down there. We'll get a chance at a legal ID here in just a moment as we resume play. Third down and 4 for Roseburg. Urogwin will take over in the backfield. It's St. Clair to the left side, spread out wide. Luther, the tight end on the left side of the formation. Burwell and Austin on the slot in positions. Kimball trying to get the defense to jump. They do a good job of staying on side. Now Kimball looks to the sideline. Kimball, still some time on the play clock. The game clock not running. Going to go on a quick pass. He's got it to Dane St. Clair. Catch. Goes down low to make the catch, and he does so with enough yardage for the first down to the 22. And a nice job getting the senior Dane St. Clair in action. 5 yards.
Everybody's gotten involved today.
Love it.
It's a complete team win, it feels like.
Clock gets back up and running, under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Fresh set of downs for the Tribe at the 22-yard line. Do want to start to highlight our seniors a little bit more as this game wears on, so we'll take a look at the bios we got from the team as they set up at 1st and 10 into Eagle Point territory. Kimball, the junior quarterback, under center, moves Burwell in motion from left to right. Toss it to him running right side. Austin out there trying to help pave the way. And Burwell will get to the edge, turn upfield to get a couple of yards here. And I think they're going to put him inside the red zone down to the 19, which is a pickup of 3. Caden Austin out there blocking. He was one of the first seniors, 21 total on this team this year to get announced. His favorite memory this season, attending the team camp at North Bend that they did this summer. He hopes to play some college football, but does not sound as if he's got plans solidified as of yet. But he's an explosive guy with some good speed. I would think that guy could be a useful target for somebody somewhere. From the 20. Ooh, blown up. And penalty flags come out at the end of it. I mean, Roseburg's blockers are just pushing Eagle Point downfield, and they just kind of keep going as the play develops, and maybe a little bit after the whistle, and that keeps drawing some flags here. That play, the offensive lineman for Roseburg got blown up and right back into the path for Carson Uragwin, who unfortunately loses yardage back to the 22. Wind picking up again for us here. And they're going to call this penalty against Eagle Point, apparently, at the end of the play there.
It doesn't even feel that windy. I don't know what it is today.
The score banner that we've got laid out in front of the booth continues to pick up. So the penalty will actually take the football all the way down to the 11-yard line, half the distance to the goal line on the unsportsmanlike penalty there against Eagle Point. So the offense gets a fresh set of downs, and now Roseburg's backing up off the football. And I think they're bringing everybody together to have a conversation here to try and get some cooler heads to prevail. They've got a couple of the captains for Roseburg, senior A.J. Baker out there.
It's getting chippy.
Yeah, it has been. I think that's Jack Banna, another senior out there as well. Speaking of A.J. Baker, was escorted out there by his dad, Jason Baker, who is one of the assistant coaches on this Roseburg team, his mom, Heidi, his grandpa, Brian Hansen, and grandma, Diane Hansen. His favorite memory, truly enjoyed growing up with his dad as his coach and mentor and all of his knowledge. And AJ plans to enlist in the Air Force coming up after this senior year. And mentioned Jack Banna, who was out there as a part of that meeting with the officials to try and get everybody to kind of cool down just a little bit. Jack, escorted by his parents, Brian and Jamie Banta, and his sister Maya. Favorite memory, going to team camp at North Bend. And Jack wants to try and play football in college coming up next year. Right now he's got a game here to try and finish. 1st down and 10. Roseburg looking to add some points. I don't know what happened there. It was a Kimball. I just saw all the offensive linemen just paving the way, but somebody got missed as they trip up Kimball right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, him and Uragwin both got lit up.
Right at the 10-yard line. That's a pickup of like 1 yard on that one. Ball is just with the tip of the ball touching the 10-yard line. Set up, 2nd down and 9. Looking to pass, left side caught by St. Clair. Shimmy shake, makes one man miss. Tries to Olay another tackler, gets inside the 5-yard line.
Wow, bad spot.
They put him down at the 5.
Yeah.
It looked like he had gotten inside the 5 there.
He definitely got inside the 5.
They're going to put it down at the 5. That's a pickup of 5 on the pass completion to Dane. It's 3rd down. Roseburg's got to get the ball to the 1-yard line. St. Clair will spread out wide to the right side this time. Urogwin's in the backfield. Give it to him, and he gets stood up right across the 5-yard line and knocked sideways down to about the 3. And they'll back it up, actually, back to the 4-yard line. A pickup of just 1 for Urogwin, and it's 4th down for Roseburg. They can get a first down if they can get it down to about the 1-yard line. The offense is going to stay out there on the field. The touchdown could possibly take us to that running clock here in the second half. Luther's going to head to the sideline as they bring in St. Clair and Stedman out there. They'll go one target to either side of the field. Ball on the left hash mark. It's 4th down and 3. Give it. That was Simpson going over the right side of the offensive line. He is going to be close, but I'm not sure if he's got it.
No, he didn't.
4th down, they do not convert. Took it to about the 2, needed to get to the 1. And Simpson cut down short. It'll be a turnover on downs, but now the Roseburg defense, I think, is going to be licking their chops. Turnover on down deep in Eagle Point territory. And the Eagles will have the football at their own 2-yard line with 1:01 to go in the third quarter.
Still gives Eagle Point a chance.
Well, they've got about 98 yards to try and cover here. Bringing their offense out, they will spread out trips to the left side of the field. It's DeVry. No, excuse me. That is Whipple in shotgun, standing in the end zone, waiting for the snap. He's going to take it and run up the middle. Doesn't go far enough. I believe that's Spencer Bingham that comes up with the tackle right through the middle for Bingham. He has been a defensive guy all season long. I saw him make a great catch in warm-ups today. He comes in and hits that hole perfectly. Tackled, no gain. They give forward progress for Whipple to the 2-yard line. No gain on first down.
Yeah, that's generous. It didn't feel like he got much out of the end zone.
Spencer Bingham had his sisters Haley and Bailey, his brothers Jackson and Sam with him tonight. His favorite memory being able to be part of the team and getting closer with new people. He plans on going to university and pursuing happiness after graduation. Handed off. It's Smith this time running. He finds a little bit of space and will give Eagle Point some breathing room as he weaves his way close to the first down. They will move the chains as he gets out to the 13-yard line, a pickup of 11. And there's an injured player for Eagle Point down on the field. And that looks to be one of the linemen, Brian Cortez, a senior. Let's take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Roseburg football here on the Score, brought to you by Bricks Grill and Chill. Order online for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Visit bricksgrillroseburg.com. Injured player is hobbling off the field. Again, that was Brian Cortez, one of the senior offensive linemen. Before we return to action for the final 9.2 seconds of this third quarter, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg football here on the Score. Clock will start running on the whistle there. 4 seconds. And Eagle Point might just let this run out. They will. And there we go. We come back from that timeout, and we'll take another one as we end the third quarter. Roseburg leading 35-7 on top of Eagle Point. Take a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Getting ready to start the second half of action here. Remember to stick around for the Bowers Industrial post-game interview with head coach Matt Watson coming up after we wrap things up here tonight in this one. Fourth quarter starting. It'll be first down and 10. Eagle Point deep in their own territory. Tonight's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse and by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs. Offense on the field for the Eagles. 12 minutes on the board. 35-7 our score. Going to be a pitch out of the backfield running. Julius Smith gets tackled. Ball came out, but they're going to rule him down, and Smith is now down and slow to get up. You had both, I think that might have been Luke Robbins and Brayson Parker there to make that hit. The ball is going to be downed back inside the 10-yard line. They'll put it at the 8. And Smith is going to lose 5 on a first down. He was able to get up on his own. I don't think he left the field. Yeah, he's still out there. He was slow to get up, but he stays out on the field. It'll be second down and 15. Hard snap. Players jump, and Roseburg will give the yardage back. Roseburg's just been uber aggressive tonight. I think they know they're a team that is in control in this one, and the guys are looking to try and take advantage of that. Ball get back out to the 13-yard line on the penalty by Roseburg. Second down and 10. It is DeVry in at quarterback. He'll break the huddle. They send the 2 targets to the left side of the formation. Triber and Brown out there. Shotgun snap, turn and hand it, running over the left side. That is Smith on the carry out to the 18-yard line. And now Smith, slow to get up. A run of 5 yards there for Peyton Smith on his 15th carry of the night. He'll get to 62 yards on the evening. Trainers are out. Let's go ahead and pause real quick for a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at qualityfenceco.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line after the stoppage there for the injury timeout. Peyton Smith able to make his way off the field. It'll be third down and 4 here for Eagle Point as they look to get the hard count. Couldn't get Roseburg to jump, so they checked the sideline. Run it right side with Whipple, hit at the line of scrimmage and spun down. It's Luke Robbins, the senior, coming up to help make the stop there for Roseburg. Luke Robbins transferring back to Roseburg after 2 years at Douglas, spent his freshman year here. Luke coming up and making the stop. And it's going to make it fourth down. They give him 1 yard on the gain. Luke tonight was escorted by his parents, Marina And Jeremiah Robbins, his brother Cal, favorite memory, team dinners and, of course, desserts. He plans on playing college baseball when he is wrapped up with his high school time. Punt unit is out for Eagle Point after that gain of 1 on the carry by Whipple. It is Garcia to punt. Nope, he's going to try to run it, and this is not going to work out. He had nowhere to go. He ran one way, tried to come back the other way, slipped down. He loses yardage. It's going to get taken all the way back to the 8-yard line, and that play just did not work out. Losing 12 yards on the carry for Garcia. Well, the offense for Roseburg will come out. Turnover on down for Eagle Point. 35-7 is our score. Roseburg with it with 9:19 to go in the ball game. They've got it at the Eagle Point 8-yard line. They're going to start this drive first down and goal. Under center goes Kimball. Turn. He keeps it. Going to pitch it to Burwell. Makes the first man miss. Still on his feet. Trying to drag a couple of tacklers. Down to the 2-yard line is where he's going to get spotted. That's a pickup of 6, and Eagle Point has a man down on the field. Able to get it back up for Eagle Point. Landon Meir will stay on the field. Stedman will come in for Noah Nelson. Runs in the play for second down and goal from the 2. They break the huddle. It is Simpson in the back. He's already got 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. Do they look to give him a third? From the 2-yard line, turn, hand it off. A little bit of confusion. It is Simpson that hangs on to it, and he gets across the goal line and in. Landon Simpson, a hard-fought 2 yards, and it's a touchdown, Roseburg. The Indians will take it to a 41-7 score. On the carry by Landon Simpson, a little bit of issue with the handoff there between Kimball and Simpson, but Simpson able to hang on to it, takes it in, and a touchdown run from 2 yards out. PAT coming up here for Jacob Michael, and the kick is up and good. And Roseburg will make it 42-7. And we'll get a running clock after the upcoming kickoff as we take our final 30-second break here on the fourth quarter on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
(42-7) the score. It was a 2-play drive for Roseburg. They cover 8 yards. It took them 51 seconds. And they find pay dirt for a third time tonight. It is Landon Simpson. The senior did not have a rushing touchdown or a touchdown on the season. He's got 3 here tonight.
I mean, that's what this is all about, right? It's senior night.
Definitely. It has been fun to see Landon Simpson finding his way in. Kickoff is away. It takes a high hop over the return man, and it will trickle into the end zone for a touchback. That could have been dangerous. The return man let it go over his head after it took the high bounce off the turf, and Treiber did not track it down. If that ball died at the 1, Roseburg could have recovered. Eagle Point will have it. The clock is running here in the fourth quarter with the 35-plus lead. Football will go out to the 20. Roseburg senior Cody Davis, we've seen plenty of him out there tonight. His favorite memory, celebrating his first touchdown with his brother Tyler. And he plans on graduating and then joining the Marines, shipping out for boot camp July of 2025. Also, Cole Hadwin, we've seen him a lot. He's been, I think, injured or helping out. He's been doing a lot of the filming. We've seen him a lot this summer, or this fall, I should say, as a handoff. Running over the left side, Peyton Smith got wrapped up by his ankle by Ruiz. Slowed him down and let the rest of the defense come to help out. Takes the football out to the 23-yard line there for Smith. Pickup of 3. Hadwin, favorite memory, playing at Autzen Stadium back in elementary school, getting to play football there. That's pretty cool. He plans to attend a 4-year university and major in finance. Another one of the 21 seniors on this year's roster. Byron Irvin, we've seen a lot of him tonight. Favorite memory, attending the team camp at North Bend. He plans to attend a trade school. Dakota James got a start last week on the offensive line. Favorite memory, when Charles beat Dory running down the sideline. He plans to attend trade school for welding. 2nd down and 7. They go on a reverse here for Smith. He's got good yardage. Will move the chain. Spins out of a tackle. Paxton Burke doesn't want to let him go, but Smith hard to bring down. Looked like Burke had him, but he slipped out of that tackle. He does move the chains and plenty more out to the 37-yard line. Pick up a 14 on the ground for Smith on his 17th carry of the night. He's got 77 on the evening, trying to hit 100 yards once again this year. Zebedee Johnson, his favorite memory, nailing Luke with a football on the side of the head. He plans to try and play college baseball after this senior season here at Roseburg High. Shotgun snap coming up here. It's Whipple back there at the quarterback position. He's going to take it off and run right up the middle. Gets wrapped up from behind and spun down out to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 4 for Whipple. He's got 67. Caden Luther, favorite memory, stiff-arming kids in flag football. Caden plans to play football in college and major in bioengineering. Jacob Michael, senior for the Indians, defense, kicking. He also got in on some offense up on the line as well. Having fun at team camp in North Bend, his favorite memory. Going to college and studying for a job in the medical field, his plans after graduation. 2nd down and 6 here for the Eagles. Running with it is Whipple. And he gets hit on the sideline. Penalty flag came out. Amos Bowers coming in, making that tackle to bring Whipple across the sideline. The ball out at the 48. It'd be a pickup of 7 if it stands. We'll wait and see what the penalty flag is here. Clock is still running, down to 4:45 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Little fun from the student section, chanting, start the buses.
We used to pull out the keys and jingle those and yell, warm up the bus.
I like that.
That was ours back in high school.
I like the key added element.
Yeah, get those jangling.
Oh, no doubt.
So the penalty flag looks to be against Eagle Point, and they're going to count it off from the spot of the foul. So from the 43, they're going to walk this one back to the 33. So penalty there against Eagle Point. Moves them backwards. Other seniors out there tonight. Noah Nelson, he has been a stellar defensive back this season. They don't throw his side a lot. His favorite memory, that team camp at North Bend. He plans to try and play college football after this year as well. Brayson Parker, we've been seeing a lot of that young man on that defensive line making an impact. His favorite memory was the North Bend camp this summer, and he also would like to go to college and wants to become a therapist. 3rd down and long. They hand it off to Smith and want to run the reverse, and it's set up pretty well, but able to be there to help break it up. The senior Jacob Michael there in the backfield to bring down the ball carrier and allow the rest of the defense to come and help out as well. Carrying the football, that was Triber, who gets trapped back at the 31. He loses 2 on that carry.
I mean, just relentless pursuit.
Yeah, it really has been. The defense is going to have a second consecutive week with a really good performance. They allowed just 6 last week against South Eugene, 7 allowed here tonight. Mateo Reynaga, he's been a great offensive lineman for the last couple of years for this Roseburg team. Helps out with the snapping duty. He's been on the offensive line. His favorite memory, team dinners with the linemen. He plans to go to a trade school after graduation this year. Snap a little low, picked up a low line drive kick, takes a nice roll, picked up by Burke at about the 43. He's racing to the far sideline. Look out, got the edge. He's at the 25 to the 20, takes on a tackler. The penalty flag comes out as the football will go inside the 20, I believe. They're going to spot him down at the 20 or at the 17-yard line. A great return there by Paxton Burke. I got to think that he's going to be involved in the offense a little bit more coming up next year as a senior. But he's been great on the defense and in special teams.
Yeah, phenomenal defensively, and special teams-wise, he's been excellent as well. You got to think that he's probably going to have that Caden Austin type of role, kind of that speed back a little bit more next year. But he is a very good athlete. We've seen it with baseball as well. Hoping he's going to have a big spring as well.
They spot the football at the 17-yard line, but there might be a penalty coming up here, and it looks like they're going to count it off against Roseburg. So the penalty will move Roseburg back to the 32-yard line. The clock has continued to run. We're down to a minute to have to go. Tyler Reitman, we've talked about him tons through this year. His favorite memory, pancaking the kicker from Sprague back in 2023. He'd like to attend a 4-year university coming up after graduation. Offense back out there. Roseburg sending...
Yeah, Caden Moon time.
Yeah, Caden Moon out onto the field. George Gibby still at the center position. Dakota James out there for Roseburg at a guard position. Peyton Sharpless Tate is getting some action at the left guard. We've got Reynaga out there. And Colby Batchelor at the right tackle. Roseburg running the football, trying to squeeze it up the middle. No gain on first down for, that is Cruz Dirksen, a junior. We haven't seen him since early in the season, but Cruz does have some stats this year. That carry, though, went for nothing. As timeout's going to get called by Roseburg with 34.9 seconds to go. Roseburg's going to use the timeout. And they may do this to try and maybe get some seniors out there to try and...
It looks like this is going to be a senior send-off type of situation. You know that it's under 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what it's about. It's senior night for a reason.
For sure. Landon Simpson, we've been talking about him. Big night here on senior night, 3 touchdowns. His favorite memory, that summer camp at North Bend. His plans after graduation, wants to work for his dad, start going into the workforce. Dane St. Clair, favorite memory, making new friends and brothers. He wants to be an astronaut. I got to talk to Dane about that at some point in time. Carson Tyler up on that offensive line. He's been a staple at the tackle position. His favorite memory was that summer football camp. He plans on getting a job in landscaping. Gavin Whitehead, his favorite memory was the summer camp. He plans to attend UCC and train to become a firefighter. Always one of my favorite answers. Carson Uragwin, his 7th grade year of football was his favorite memory of playing football. He plans to go to college for construction management degree. And those are your 21 seniors for Roseburg this year. And look, it looks like they've put a lot of them out there. You've got Kimball at the quarterback spot. You've got Reitman in the backfield, Austin out there, Nelson out there. You've got St. Clair as a kneel down is taken. They've got the seniors on the field for one more snap together. Some hugs, handshakes, pats on the rear end. The kneel down. And they don't know if they need one more in this one. It looks like it's going to come to an end here. Some handshakes, some hugs, and some congratulations there from the guys from Eagle Point out there as well. And everybody's celebrating here on a big win for the Roseburg Indians on senior night. Final score is going to be 42-7. Roseburg is back at 500 for the season. They got a chance to make it a winning season coming up next week. Roseburg has not had a winning year since 2021. It would be just the 3rd winning season in the last 10 years. And these seniors have a chance to try and make that happen when they head to Springfield to finish out the regular season next week. Final score 42-7 here on senior night. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we got your Bowers Industrial post-game interview with head coach Matt Watson, and maybe we'll see if we sneak in a player or two here at the as this one wraps up. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Come back. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll come back with the post-game show here on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
I guess I do have one of those in my backpack here.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Well, what a win for Roseburg here tonight as the seniors get to go out with a victory. 42-7 our final score as the Indians defeat Eagle Point for Roseburg in what is the 31st meeting between the two teams. They extend the series lead 29-2 Roseburg against Eagle Point in history. Roseburg's offense scores on every drive except for the drive where they took a knee to finish the first half. In that first one, they get 4 touchdowns. They lead 28-7 in the first half. Eagle Point got their lone touchdown in the second quarter. In the second half, Roseburg scored on 2 of 3 drives. They had one that ended at the 2-yard line on a turnover on down, and they also had a drive that ended the game on a kneel down. So very efficient night tonight for Roseburg, 42-7 for the Indians. That is their highest scoring output of the season, eclipsing what they did against Gresham when they won 41-7 in that one. Before we get that post-game interview with Coach Matt Watson, for Corey Kimball, 98 yards through the air. He was perfect, 5 for 5 2 catches for Dane St. Clair for 10 yards. Dre Burwell, a catch for 13. Byron Irvin, a catch for 19. Caden Austin, a catch for 6. Reitman had 9 carries, 46 yards. Kimball had 2 carries for 15. Landon Simpson, 7 carries, 22 yards, but 3 touchdowns. Caden Austin had 5 carries for 111 yards and a score. Carson Uragwin, 11 carries, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Dre Burwell, 6 carries for 36 yards. Tonight, Roseburg ground and pound once again here this evening. Leaders on the other side for Eagle Point. DeVry finished just 3 for 13 with 2 interceptions, 25 yards through the air. 77 yards on the ground for Peyton Smith. Roseburg holds him under 100 yards. He's been able to hit that century mark quite a bit this year. Whipple finished with 9 carries for 67 yards. He had the 1 score, a 33-yard touchdown run. Smith was the leading receiver with 2 catches for 14 yards. That's a look at the numbers here. Waiting on the team. I mean, it is senior night. These guys are getting a chance to celebrate and do things, and I think we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back. We will see if we can get Coach. We'll get this final break in here and try and get Coach after this here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Roseburg football tonight has been brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC, by B&S Automotive. Automotive Services, B&S Automotive Services believes in the no BS approach. Say goodbye to the runaround and hello to honest, reliable service with B&S Automotive Services. Knight Ureski is down there on the field with head coach Matt Watson. He's located him in the crowd. They let the students down on the field here for the post-game show. And Knight is down here getting ready to talk with Coach Watson on our Bowers Industrial post-game interview. Knight?
Coach, you guys just all huddled up out there celebrating this win. I mean, how special is that moment to be there and to be with all these students on the field?
Well, I mean, it's just, we talk about it all the time about it, taking a village, right? Every coach, countless hours. Every player, countless hours. And I mean, for our fans and our community and the guys that you get to see in the hallway, the guys and gals that are cheering so much, it's really awesome to get them on the field and just to share a moment that these seniors are going to have a part with them for the rest of their lives. It's just really important to build that community and just, recognize that it takes all of us. And I'm incredibly proud of our boys. I'm incredibly proud of our families, our fans, just the whole community. This was a real team win.
We talked about this season kind of being a roller coaster. You guys find yourselves at 500 now. Just how special is it to be in this moment and to be 500 at this point in the year?
I mean, it's not where we wanted to be. And we wish we could turn back the clock on some of those drives and some of those games, but reality is that you can't. So you just got to play the next down. You just got to play the next game, and these guys are really good at doing that. And so next week's going to be a pretty emotional game. Just like this was a pretty emotional game, is that we want to at least we want to make sure that we finish with a winning record. That's really important to us, and a goal that our boys had.
It felt like a complete team effort today, a complete game. Just how is everybody able to contribute to this win?
Well, I mean, it's just, how's everybody to contribute? 21 seniors really helps, and having 21 guys that have been in the weight room and have worked their tails off in film and in practice, and being able to, a lot of those guys giving us really good looks in practice. Maybe they're not a 1 or a 2, but they're giving us really good looks that we need to prepare for games. And so the team win tonight started on Monday, and it starts in practice, and it is everybody contributing.
How about these seniors, though? What do you want them to be remembered for?
I mean, I think I've said it every time you and I have talked. These are the toughest kids I've ever been around. And the way that we define toughness is what's it going to take to break you. And there's not much that's going to break these boys, and there's not much that's going to break Roseburg. We're Roseburg strong.
Awesome. Well, go celebrate with all these fans. I mean, they're all here for you and you guys. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Back to you, Joey.
Knight Ureski down on the field for our Bowers Industrial post-game interview. You got Tyler Reitman there right behind you if you wanted to, number 45 there. Snag him for a quick word on one of the seniors that had a great night here tonight. We'll see if we can get that real quick here. He's first going to get a hug from Coach Matt Watson. We'll try to send it back down tonight here in a second. We'll have a look at our BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update in a moment, but Knight is down on the field with Tyler Reitman, the senior from Roseburg High School. Knight?
Tyler, senior night for you guys. I mean, just how special is it to come away with a win here on senior night?
It's very special. We got to have the fans out here. We haven't had the fans out here in over a year almost, basically. It's great to have all the energy up, and hopefully we're going to start ending the season with a high note, and I think it's all well-deserved. We've been putting in the work this week, and yeah.
Talk about this senior class, 21 of you guys. How special is that bond, and what do you guys want to be remembered for?
It's great. We went through all the blood, sweat, and tears the last, 3 years. We had 11 starting sophomores our sophomore year. We've went through it all. We've seen it all, and I'm glad we got to see this side of the game.
How about your play today, playing both offensive and defensively today? We've seen that throughout the year, and a little bit more offensively towards the second half of the season. Just what's allowed you to build that skill set on both sides of the ball?
It's just about going 110% and doing it for your team, honestly, and trusting your teammates because you got their back and they got your back.
One game left for you guys. What's the mentality heading into that final game of the season?
I definitely say just the same as today, but just end it on a high note and know why we're here and know what we can do.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, that is Tyler Reitman down on the field. Those have been our Bowers Industrial post-game interviews here on The Score tonight. I want to say thanks to a couple more sponsors like Abbott's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition, by Tim's Appliance and Mattress. Fall into savings at the Harvard branch, or you can visit their outlet store downtown for more great deals. And by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Taking a look at our BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. BTB Moving, if you've got a move taking you out of town, they'll provide the labor services. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts are available. Book now at 541-315-0122, or you can find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Roseburg wins their game 42-7 here tonight. Elsewhere around the area here this evening, you've got Sutherland was in action. The Bulldogs really needed to have a win here tonight to try and keep that hope of the postseason alive. Unfortunately, they cannot hang on to a halftime lead. They lose 22-14 at home against Coquille. Tight one there. Down in Tri-City, South Umpqua and Douglas still playing in that one. 17-6, the final or the score as they were starting the fourth quarter in that one. South Umpqua ahead of Douglas by 11. We'll see if the Trojans have a comeback in them in that one. Also tonight, Oakland getting a big win. The Oakers beating Bandon tonight, 54-6. That should pretty much all but wrap up the league title for the Oakers. We don't have scores from Glide at Lowell, North Douglas at Cross Point Christian. A couple of big matchups there that we'd like to see. Halftime from Glendale in a South County rivalry matchup. Or excuse me, they were in the third quarter. 36-6 was the score. Glendale in front of Riddle in that South County matchup. And Elkton gets their first win of the season in six-man football, 32-13. The Elks beating McKenzie today. Yesterday we saw Days Creek lose 62-0 against North Lake. Oh, Sutherland won their game tonight. Okay. So let's scratch that. Dan Bain chiming in, giving me an update here on this. 14-12 Sutherland wins tonight. That is a much better result there. That is exciting. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. That is a big win in their hopes to make the postseason, so good luck to them. Yesterday, North Lake 62-0 over Days Creek, and then tomorrow, Camas Valley is hosting Mohawk in 8-man football tomorrow. Big showdown going on there. That is your BTB moving out of town scoreboard update. Portland Trailblazers, they fall to 0-2 on the year tonight. They lost their game 105-103 against New Orleans. The Dodgers win the Game 1 of the World Series on a 10th inning walk-off home run by Freddie Freeman. It wasn't just a home run, it was a grand slam to win that one. And here tonight, let's see here. College football going on. Boise State winning 23-17 over UNLV right now as they're in the third quarter of that one. Speaking of college football, coming up tomorrow, we've got college football for you. The Oregon State Beavers kick off at 1 o'clock. They're on the road against the Cal Bears tomorrow. Tune in for coverage starting at 11 o'clock here on The Score. The Oregon Ducks kick off at 12:30. They're at home hosting number 20 Illinois for the number 1 ranked Oregon Ducks. Tune in for pregame coverage starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. Knight, you made your way all the way back up here, out of breath, all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Final thoughts here as we wrap up our final broadcast here at home this season for the Roseburg football team.
I mean, this is years in the making, right? And this is why you play high school football. This is why you cover high school football. This is why all these kids are out here right now. I mean, getting to celebrate with their classmates, with their parents, with their grandparents, with all their family on the field. This is special, and this is why Roseburg's a community, not a city. It's a really special place, and you're seeing it on display here tonight. Really dominant effort, team effort for this team. Controlled the game from the get-go. Not a lot of negatives other than penalties, but you have penalties in every game. It's just part of football. It's part of this state in their lives. They're going to be a little bit undisciplined at times, but cleaned it up pretty well, and it looks like it's going to be another strong end of the season, back-to-back weeks with the running clock at the end of the game.
Roseburg moves on to now take on the Springfield Millers coming up to next week. That'll be a Friday night game up at Silky Field in Springfield, where the Millers, I think they just put in a turf field up there. Should be fun. I think that happened. We'll look forward to seeing and checking out Silky Field. Been a little while since we've been up there, so get a chance to go up there and call a game to finish out the season. Roseburg last year finished out the year with a win, looking to try and do the same and finish with a winning record here this season. So tune in for that one coming up next Friday night from Springfield to wrap up the regular season, and then we'll keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. It's going to be a long shot that Roseburg's into the postseason, but we'll see. As we wrap things up here tonight, want to say thanks to the Eagle Point Eagles for all the help getting ready for tonight's broadcast and a great game here this evening. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Matt Watson, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Knight Ureski for help with the broadcast tonight, providing color analysis as well as sideline reporting, doing some photography, doing all sorts of great stuff, helping out with the broadcast this season. Big thanks, as always, to the wonderful Angela Keyran for helping run the video camera. After long days at the office, she comes out here and helps us on a Friday night. She is spectacular. So we appreciate all of the wonderful help that she has provided this season. In the studio, it's Grady Hamilton running the radio production for us tonight, doing a great job as always back there. And thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. It's been great to bring you another season of Roseburg football. We got one more game to go coming up at Springfield next week. We hope you tune in and join us for that broadcast. The kickoff at 7 o'clock from Silky Field. That means our pregame coverage live at the field will start about 6:45. And make sure you tune in for the Friday night pregame show starting at 6 o'clock here on The Score. That's going to do it for us here from Finlay Field. Final score again, 42-7. Roseburg gets the win over Eagle Point. This has been Roseburg football on 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.